love doing that. Hey, Feliz Cinco de Mayo. I want to shout out to all my brown brothers and sisters. You know how much I love you. Oh, yeah, I never would have survived Washington Junior High School, Salinas, California. Still remember, there I was, 7th grade, scared. School was scary. And Eddie Gonzalez, you know, Eddie, mi familia, man, maybe Andre Pachuco. You know what? I never got into one confrontation the entire time I was at Washington Junior High School. Eddie was a bad dude. Eddie! Oh, okay. Let us get back down to it. Except for you, Rudy, man. Mi casa, tu casa. You not you. Well, Anyway, fam, Sam Darnold. I got a kick out of this because I said to myself, okay, the ball is starting to roll. Let me get into this and you'll see what I mean. Sam Darnold is gaining huge praises. I mean, it's getting really weird. It's already understood that newly signed Niners quarterback Sam Darnold will be competing for the opening day starter spot versus Trey Lance, since Coach Shanahan won't say otherwise, right? Meanwhile, though, compliments are not going to wait for Sam Darnold until the camp competition is underway, it seems. They haven't thrown a football past one yet, and already Sam Darnold's being dubbed. That's really. Let me read this, really. So as being a part of the Niner faithful, we've witnessed some very talented quarterbacks, including many of whom believe is the greatest of all time since from way back when, right? A couple of them have been already mounted in Canton, Ohio. They are Hall of Famers. But tonight, going to the phones after going over the details of statements made by one of the most trusted names covering the Niners for your take on a very bold claim about Sam Darnold. By the way, get in here. You see the phone number is down at the base of the screen. All right, PIN number, everything you need to get on in here, and let's talk about this. Oh, by the way, fam, big bad looking UDFA receiver just checked into camp. The Niners have agreed to terms with undrafted rookie free agent wide receiver Isaiah Winstead. See, these are the kind of things that I don't understand. You look at the name, you look at the size, the numbers. Let me give you the numbers. Winstead's 6'4", 213 pounds. He appeared in 13 games at East Carolina University last year, where he registered 88 receptions for 1,085 yards and 6 touchdowns while earning All-American Athletic Conference honorable mention on his conference, maybe? Winstead transferred to ECU from the University of Toledo 2019 to 2021, where he appeared in 19 games and registered 63 receptions for 949 yards and 4 touchdowns. You see the consistency here? He joined Toledo from Norfolk State University. You know what? There is the problem right there. Why is he transferring from one school to another? That's got to be it. Norfolk State University, 3 universities, where he appeared in 22 games, 12 starts, 83 passes for 977 yards. He's always been around 1,000 yards. They don't play that many games. An added camp body or no? Isaiah Winstead will be considered arms, hands, and dangerous. You think that's true or false? Is he going to make this team? He's got everything we've been crying about for a long time in a wide receiver, but just couldn't get. You know what? I can't wait to camp to see what it looks like. Now, let's get into this real quick so I can get you the phone right now. Sam Darnold could be the Niners' Week 1 starter should Brock Purdy not be medically cleared for game day action. That is not shocking, really. Some people don't think so. And some people think it's outrageous. It's ridiculous. It's not going to happen. Darnold will compete with still inexperienced Trey Lance. Sam D has 55 NFL starts under his belt, while T. Lance has just 4, including this past season's Week 2 game in which Lance suffered a season-ending injury, as you know, early on. So Sam D beating out Lance, it probably wouldn't come as a huge surprise. Although we haven't seen Trey yet. Nobody's counting him out. I just wonder, can he do this? Because, you got this guy coming off last season looking good. And no matter what he did before, Darnold looked good last year for the last 6 games. So if you're going to judge a book by the last bit of reading you did in it, that's what it is. Um, but here's the thing. A statement from one of the respected 49ers insiders might come as a shock. NBC Sports Bay Area, Matt Mayako. See, Matt Mayako is one of those guys you go to when you want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. He can be a little biased sometimes, but still, he's usually on point. Matt stated yesterday, Thursday morning on KNBR's Mac and Murph show, quote, here's the deal. Sam Darnold might be the most, can I say this, the most talented thrower of the football that the 49ers have ever had? Unquote. That's some high praise, considering the Niners' history of talented quarterbacks, fam. Or is it? This is where the statement possibly loses some of its fangs. Mayako continues by saying, looking back at the list, guys like Joe Montana weren't necessarily known for their physical skill set and rather their ability to make the perfect throws. Matt, then what's the difference? A good thrower versus, I don't understand. There have been some talented throwers in Niners history. This is Matt. Though John Brody's name was brought up as an example. Okay, but let's just put in him in the very high echelon of those guys who can just drop back in the pocket and throw the football. I think that he hasn't had really any chance to succeed since his college days were over. Of course, talking about Sam. I think he's had like 4 head coaches in 5 years, 5 offensive coordinators in 5 years. He's a talented guy. Undoubtedly, the 49ers are the most talented roster of which Darnold has been a part. He's endured playing on some pretty poor teams since being drafted number 3 overall in 2018. Goes on to say Darnold had an impressive 6-game stretch to end his last season with the Carolina Panthers, going 4-2 with a career-high 92.6 passer rating. See, you've probably heard about Frank Gore, right, of whom played with Darnold on the New York Jets teams in 2020, and recently praised Sam D as well. I didn't take that real serious when I first heard that because Frank played with Sam, so maybe they may have grown attached, and maybe you're going to say things about your boy, right? But my uncle shared his conversation with Frankie G, saying, quote, heck, I was just talking to Frank Gore. Frank Gore popped his head in at the 49ers local pro day, and he was like, you will be shocked at what you see from Sam Darnold. Frank Gore is a Sam Darnold guy because they spent 1 year together with the Jets, and I just felt like he just didn't have any chance to succeed. The weapons he had didn't have much in the way of receivers. The coaching just been a turnstile, and he's a really talented guy, unquote. See, those are things that you can actually believe. You can't have a different coach and no talent every year. It's too much for the quarterback to deal with. He can't carry that load by himself. The Niners have liked Darnold for a long time, scouting him heavily in 2018 and reportedly considering acquiring him in 2021 before the Jets traded him to the Panthers. With Brock Purdy's recovery from a surgery expected to last until late August or early September, putting his week one availability in extreme jeopardy. In fact, some people think he's not going to make it for the whole season. We'll have to wait and see. It very well could be, though. Darnold stepping onto the field with his new teammates at the start of the season if Trey can't stop him. He's going to put the guy out there that wins that battle. Because he's already issued the challenge for both of them. Mayako continues by saying how this whole thing shakes out. Nobody knows, but he does things better than Brock Purdy. He does things, talking about, of course, Darnold. He does things better than Trey Lance, but also Trey Lance and Brock Purdy do things better than him. And Brock Purdy also has already had more success than both of those two guys combined. Certainly in talking to John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, it is Brock Purdy's job to lose. And all things being equal, Brock Purdy would be the starting quarterback week 1 for the 49ers. However, all things aren't equal. And so that opens up a huge set of circumstances and what-ifs that we don't know who's going to be the starting quarterback for the 49ers week 1. And then if someone's other than Brock Purdy, if that person just runs with it and plays great football, then how eager are the 49ers to make a change? You see where this is going? So let's say Sam does get in there, or Trey, and they do a good job, and by the time it's time for Brock Purdy to come back, he's healthy and feeling good. Do they make that change? Fam, it's gonna be another. It's like Matt says. It's gonna be another crazy season. True that, Matt. True that. Fam. First, Matt was careful not to say Sam D is the best quarterback of all time. He was talking about his skill set. Again, if you're like me though, you will need help with separating the term of most talented thrower of the Niners quarterbacks of all time, just being a good quarterback. Well, I mean, what is there? Is there a difference? Are there some guys? Yeah, it's just next. If by chance you have been watching Sam closely down through his few years in the league already, do you tend to agree or not? Did Matt go too far? Coming to check you out. Oh, anyway, I really get the feeling, as I said, when Matt first came, I said, guys, that's not a veteran quarterback that you just want to hang out and mentor. That's Sam Darnold, pick number 3 in the draft just a few years ago. You're paying him $4 million and load him up with incentives. What's up with that? So now you're seeing these little tidbits drop. Hey, let's go get Dre. Yo, Dre.
What up, Ronbo? Long time no hear.
Yeah, Dre, how you been doing, man?
Oh, I've been good, man. I've been tied down with these kids and listening to this nonsense. And I didn't find no reason to call in. It was just a bunch of noise and a bunch of nonsense and people spectating and shredding words. I've never seen so many content creators just nitpick. It becomes quite annoying. I like you though, Ronbo, because you keep it real. You don't just go, you fair. You open for debate. Who was what, you got your opinion. You don't just degrade somebody. I've never seen nothing like this. And it's quite disturbing,
Thanks,
and
thanks,
it's like,
I appreciate that.
yeah, and it's like they can say what they want to about Harbaugh, but his regime was nothing like this. He was the coach. The locker room was just that. Y'all my players. Don't get it twisted. Anybody can get traded. Everybody, even the fans, knew who ran the team, who called the shot. He ain't gonna sugarcoat it with you. You know what I'm saying? He don't have no favorites. And I feel this whole situation with Trey and Brock and everybody, you see what happened with Matt Jones. We wouldn't even, that's why we say give Trey 2 years. Because the second year we'll see what you adjusted to and improved on from the first year, and if you can cut it or if you can't. Same thing with Brock. It's no different. Why would you give away all your talent? You know what I'm saying? Because you putting all your eggs in one basket too early. I would keep Trey as a backup and make Brock the starter if that's what they felt. But unfortunately, he got hurt. And I'm so tired of all the quarterbacks getting hurt under Kyle, and he don't get no scrutiny for it. They just bypass. Next. Oh, Purdy got hurt. Next, let's do a Sam Darnold.
Come on in, Josh.
Next.
Bam. Oh, God.
Yeah, come on, everybody.
Call his
mom. Next. You just be like, damn, Kyle, shit. Don't let me see
Dre,
you. So
you know what?
I'm going to throw food at your head.
You may have caught that thing that Papa Dragon said the other day. The sequence in which Kyle runs his program on the field could be key to why those quarterbacks are getting blasted. He runs plays too early that he should be running later. They give the defense a chance to do the things they do to the 49ers. I never thought about that. Papa Dragon's got an incredible mind for grasping concepts on the field that other people aren't noticing. But Kyle does need to run some of that play action stuff you need to do. Kyle, wait. Get him a little worn out a little bit. Man, don't be running people.
And then it's like the fans are buying into what they're talking about, what Jed talking about, what Kyle talking about, and what John talking about. You know what I'm saying? It is like if we ain't learned nothing from Jimmy, we will never learn. You know what I'm saying? They seen Jimmy play a certain few of games, and he balled out. You know what I'm saying? And he got hurt.
Yeah.
The same situation with Brock. Same situation with Trey.
Almost
You know,
on schedule.
but
Yeah.
Trey didn't get that many games, and everybody want to say, you know, well, in his first game, he was in a monsoon. We can't judge that. Shit, we could barely see everybody on the field. You know,
It's a bad game.
we had to wait for the highlight reels to see exactly what happened.
And I don't know
We
why
seen
Chicago won't
bits
build a
and
facility.
pieces, but
Or whether it ain't meant for
right, we
football.
had to wait until the game was over to get a clear glimpse of what they seen that we didn't see. And
Well,
we
you know,
seen
hey,
a
Dre,
couple of good plays, we seen a couple bad ones.
you know what got a lot of people upset about that game is now you got Justin Fields over there whooping us, and now, of course, as it would follow naturally,
Whoop us
see,
how? That was
we
the-
should have got Justin Fields. You got you know what?
Oh,
If
should
Justin
we?
would have lost.
Should
Okay.
we?
Yeah.
Should we? The same guy that we said that was, excuse my French for all the kids, ass on our team, scored their last 2 touchdowns for them on an all-star player. So we're blaming Trey for that loss.
Dante Pettis.
I'm just saying.
He did.
Mr.
I watched
I
Dante.
can't catch because I get scared if somebody come near me, and he had the baddest man on the field near him.
Yeah.
Didn't get scared, ran right past both of them.
Break route. Yeah, and Dante pulled up on several routes. I seen that, and he was not.
But that was Trey's fault, though, Ronbo.
Yeah.
He's supposed to get out there on that defense. He's supposed to play defense. Then he's supposed to come back in and play quarterback. You know? You get what I'm saying here? But then they say Brock Purdy injury was not on that offensive line, and I could have sworn I seen, like, somebody blow past the tight end and an offensive lineman. The same thing with Trey. The same offensive lineman with Trey. Go watch the play. Everybody, before you ridicule me, go watch the 2 plays.
It doesn't help
2 plays.
It's not satisfying.
Same person.
But Mike is 49ers
Guess
told
what?
him
He's
we ain't
still
picking
here.
up that contract, bro. Who? McGlinchey?
He's still here. He's still here.
No, McGlinchey's gone.
Oh, he gone.
Oh, Dre, you
Okay,
didn't know?
great. He left.
Oh, let me make you feel
I
better
didn't
then.
know. I've been out of the loop, Rombo.
You really
I
have
got tired
been.
of the
Mike
nonsense
McGlinchey
back
left a
in
month
March.
ago.
I've been gone.
Yeah, the 49ers let him know.
I left in March.
And he got paid big money. Yeah, Mike's getting over.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah, he's getting. Did Mike? Where did he go? I forgot where he went because I got over that real quick. It's not Denver. Is it Denver? Anyway, Mike is gone.
Praise the Lord wherever he went. I pray for their quarterback. But for me to sit up there and watch that and everybody just ridicule the players that got injured, like it was, you know, like they're young, they're vibrant players. They're gonna come back in here. I hope both of them, dog. Hope one of them leads to us a first-round pick. We ain't got to dog them because they leave him, possibly. You know what I'm saying? We don't even know what either one of them is. One might be a backup, one might be a starter, both might be a backup. Who knows?
Yeah.
Because we know good damn well Sam Darnold ain't going nowhere. And I'm tired of getting to the NFC Championship and taking our country home every year. I mean, Ronbo, come on now.
For the circumstances,
I get it.
I agree. The circumstances surrounding it had nothing to do. Like Debo and Ayuk both said, no. Last year, we was hands down the best team in the NFL. And Debo said, you know what? All I needed was a quarterback. That's all I needed. And we got that job done.
Whose fault was it each year? Whose fault was it each year? It was Kyle's fault each year. He got each quarterback hurt each year, each time.
Well, Dre,
how he get a pass?
It's Dre, good to hear from you, fam. Get that off your chest. I'm delighted.
Thank
and also,
you,
I'm glad
Ronbo.
to have filled you in on Mike McGlinchey. You need not lose any more sleep about Mike, as he is in Denver. Somebody confirmed it. Yeah, he won't be bothering us. He'll get Russell Wilson.
And before I let you go, you probably can ask everybody else this. Do y'all see us winning a championship? That's not what you hope. What do you see? Let's be real. What do you see? And from 2 years from now, do y'all see us winning a Super Bowl? Be honest.
Because
I'm out of here, Ronbo.
All right, Dre. All right.
What you think? Before I go, what you think? What you think?
Because I'm shell shocked. I'm like post. You know, I just don't know. I can't say. 3 years ago, you asked me this. I said, yeah, hell yeah, this is it. Well, we've been there how many times since then, and the same result had nothing to do with the team or the play. It's the injuries. The injuries each and every time. So that's why you got Rudy running around and talking about, yeah, we beat y'all's ass. Oh, come on. What did you
The
do?
Super Bowl window where, Ronbo? You ain't even got a quarterback. All right, Ronbo, I hit you next time.
All right, fam. Have a great night. Debo's got mad. Eagles fans are giving him grief. I said, Kevin Hart trying to tell Debo that, his team wouldn't go beat the Eagles. I said, you know what? We got to suffer a lot of grief. The players, us, everybody. It's just ridiculous. Hey, Jack. You, Jack. Jack be nimble. Jack be quick. Jack, get over that candles. Because if you don't, you get your ass. We'll come back to Jack. And Jack will probably interrupt in any moment now. He may pass out. It's kind of early where he is. 5 o'clock in the morning. Let's get a minute. Chill. Phil. Come on in, Phil.
Ronbo.
Phil, I'm amused by Matt, my uncle, throwing that curveball out there and hitting everybody in the face. I said, Matt.
What an idiot.
What are you saying, Matt? I'm talking Joe Montana, Steve Young.
All the pundits, all these guys, going from Mr. Pig in the Pickle to Greg Cohn to all these guys, they know nothing. They know nothing.
I mean, Alex
They're
Smith.
as dumb as...
Was it a better thrower than Sam Darnold? What? Really? What are you saying, Matt?
Come on. You're saying Sam Darnold has a better arm than Steve Young? Steve Young is one of the greatest arms of all time.
What does he mean by talented thrower, though? Does he throw into tight windows? His anticipation
Accuracy,
skills?
everything.
I don't understand.
Steve Young was right there.
I know.
He was one of the most accurate quarterbacks of all time. Quarterback rating.
Like smart missiles sometimes going into spots where you went.
Joe
he got that in there,
between
though.
the years. Joe was the smartest quarterback of all time. But Steve was the most athletic quarterback of all time. From arm to running ability, everything.
Yeah, that's the Minnesota Vikings,
right? I mean, Steve fell down going back and still threw a dart to Terrell Owens in the end zone to beat the Green Bay Packers. I was at that game.
That's skill.
Come on, man. Matt Mayoko is trying to get clickbaits just like all these other guys. They're shameless. Yeah. Seriously shameless.
Put the lighter fluid on it.
Don't listen
throw the
to
match.
Them. You people out there, these people know nothing. They know nothing. So, whatever.
We're gonna find out now. Sam Darnold's getting a lot of excuses for his first few years, and some of them are legit.
I mean, they're going to compete for the number 2 job.
Yeah.
Sam Darnold and Trey Lance, and let the better man win. That's fine. But to blame everything on Kyle, that these quarterbacks are getting hurt. You look at where they got hurt. It wasn't Kyle's fault.
Yeah. I mean, it's the only thing.
It wasn't the offensive line's fault either.
Yeah, it had to do a lot of what Pop said. We just have circumstances that can't be explained, though, Phil. I really don't. How did we get to where we got? Why did we have the incident we had in the NFC? Why didn't we have that earlier in the? Well, what am I saying? We did have it earlier in the season. We had quarterbacks dropping like flies. I was about to say, but why that game does my quarterback have to get his arm broken?
A lot of it is luck. A lot of it's luck. We've had bad luck.
Yeah. Yeah.
When Patrick Mahomes gets hit in the ankle, he can still play. I don't know why. I don't know how.
Right. Other quarterbacks do get hurt, and they still play.
But I think a lot of it is that some of those star quarterbacks get better treatment than our quarterbacks.
You mean medical?
No, referees.
Oh, well, yeah. Because we've seen our quarterbacks take some tremendous shots with no flags. That's true.
It never gets called. But when they hold for Brock Purdy, it'll get called.
Yeah.
So therefore, guys are going through. So I think a lot of it has to do with if you've got a star quarterback, you get special treatment.
That's all in every sport. Even in baseball, major league hitters, if he's like a golden boy, the ump will miss a strike, and you'll see it going through the box, just barely getting the edge or the corner, but it did.
I think that's
and he
our
called
big
it a ball.
problem.
God, it's
Honestly.
ratings.
I mean,
Well,
I'm
if these
convinced
games were
we lost the
televised,
Super Bowl to Mahomes because their team was allowed to hold, and they hold Nick Bosa every play.
every snap, and they have to. I mean, Nick could take over a game in a heartbeat if you don't do something. So the league talked to him.
I know.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my opinion. But you know,
No, it's accurate. I've started to believe that's why I left the NBA. I'm back now, looking a little bit. But you know what? When there's big money involved, when there's a huge sponsorship, the game has to be manipulated because of the fact that this is a commercial entity now. It's no longer a sport. Phil, I guarantee you, had these games not been televised and you had to go out and watch the game, you would see a whole different game. Referees would behave differently.
I agree.
Everything would be different. No, it's
I
televised
agree.
game. We got to manipulate the game. We need a game 7, by the way. So do what you can to help this team win tonight. I know they're having these discussions. I know they're doing that. Oh, they've got to be doing that.
There's a bit of fixing to this whole thing. So, you know,
The betting,
that's my
the
opinion.
Vegas connection.
You know,
I know.
what it's worth.
But people call us
But,
whiners, Phil. We whine because we know we have a talented team that has no business losing to the likes of the teams we've been losing to in the big critical stage games. You know why? And for the reasons they lose.
Well, I mean, you can pinpoint, you know, Super Bowls where we lost that, you know, not one holding penalty gets called.
I know,
And we have the best pass rush in the league. And
that Baltimore game. I mean, that Baltimore Ravens series.
you know, that Baltimore game was holding on a kickoff return.
And
Never got called.
And you saw what happened in the end zone, didn't you? I see. Okay, ref. They like to say, well, you know, the referees shouldn't determine games in the closing seconds. Oh, okay. Well, why does that only apply to the 49ers, though? You know, you guys are calling that on us in a heartbeat.
It does.
But you
I mean, you know.
Okay.
But you know what? Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Yeah.
Going into this year, I like our team. I think I think Brock Purdy is going to play game 1.
Do you?
I really do. I mean, when he's high-fiving guys at Candlestick, not Candlestick,
Pain
but
must not be that bad, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I bet you he's throwing now.
And going to sneak up on the league in week 1?
Exactly. So, you know, he doesn't want to lose that starting role.
Yeah, and there is a risk if you don't get out there that the guy comes in, shines, for whatever reason. And
Kyle has shown he will play guys over guys that fail for injury. Look at Jimmy Ward. He lost his starting spot. He got injured.
And if he didn't want to come back and play the slot,
Kyle will do that.
I know.
So you better get your ass out there. That's for sure.
Yeah. This is going to be interesting, though, because Brock has now become a fan favorite. So if Kyle does abuse him, he's going to get booed. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens with that.
It's going to be interesting. Yeah, we got a quarterback competition. We'll figure it out. Other than that, I think our 53-man roster is pretty much set. I think tight end's going to be a competition.
Between
with
who?
the two new tight ends that they drafted.
Okay, yeah.
I think Dwelly's maybe on the risk of not making it. But other than that, I really don't see much cracking of the starting roles or the depth.
Yeah. That's why we weren't competing with all these teams that are jumping up and down. But we had a better draft than you. We didn't need the draft. We picked
didn't
up
need
guys.
the draft.
Yeah, no, we just picked up guys that could come in and learn something.
Yeah, the only guy that's going to start is the kicker, and they give a shit for drafting a kicker. And he's the only guy that's going to start.
I know.
Give me a break.
I know. You know, Phil, you got to realize.
And you know what?
Go ahead.
Ronbo.
I'm listening.
Kickers affect the game.
Absolutely.
Look at the Dallas Cowboys last year in the playoff game against us. They went for it on 4th down on the 35-yard line.
Scared to death to
and
put that
got
ball in
picked.
kicker's hands. Yeah.
Kickers affect the game, but 4 out of 10, Phil, 4 out of 10, 50 yards plus, they do affect the game.
Damn right. Hey,
Yeah,
they affect the game
kickoffs,
on every kick. The point after, you got to have that. You can lose a game by 1 point. You know, you can't have guys out there fumbling that up.
What? That Chicago game in the monsoon was lost by Robbie Gould. He couldn't reach the end zone. They got kickoff returns. Robbie had to make the tackle.
And damn near killed him. Yep.
And it damn near killed him. And then they had field position where they scored a touchdown and eventually won that game.
Yep.
So kickoffs even matter. So I'm good on replacing Robbie with someone that we want out of the draft. This
It
kid,
can make a difference.
He can make a difference. Field position with our defense. I mean, our defense is the best in the league. And, you know, we only have one position in question. That's the other side defensive end where Drake Jackson's going to have to fill. But defensive tackle, defensive end, and Nick Bosa, we got the best linebackers. Hufanga, Tosh Gibson, you've got Ward and Diamador. We're sitting pretty defensively.
And Phil,
We're gonna
don't
even
worry
be
about
better
that right side rush. You know, I got a feeling we picked up a couple other guys. It's embarrassing not to keep up with the 49ers energy. If I'm an edge and I'm playing on that team, the last thing I want everybody to do is say, yeah, hey, Ronbo, man, you know what? If it wasn't for you, this would be the best defense in rush in the league, man. You know? Oh, I couldn't take that.
Well, I think Drake
you got to go to
Jackson's
you got to
gonna
pick it
have
up.
a season.
Yeah.
You know, we redshirted him like we did, Banks.
Yeah.
And, Banks turned out really good.
Yeah. And people blasted him. Remember? That year he's like, what, he can't learn the plays? What, he's too slow? He's overweight? What's the problem? One thing we don't have is,
he had
a
to
lot of
learn
patience.
the offense. He had to learn the system.
Yeah.
He had to get NFL ready. There's a big difference between college and NFL.
And
I think Drake Jackson's going through that. I think he's going to have a stellar season, and he's going to be a good, opposite Nick Bosa. And when you have Javon Hargrave and Armstead in there for a whole season healthy, we got the best defensive line in the league. We got the best linebackers in the league. We got the best safeties in the league. We're pretty high up there at cornerback.
We're ready. We just got to stay on the field. And as Debo said, all we need to do is stay healthy. And if that happens, Lord help the other team. We'll get there.
I'm waiting for the season schedule to come out next Thursday.
Ah, yes. Oh, God. Exciting that's going to be. There they are.
Yeah,
Eagles.
See when we play
Week
Philly,
4.
When we play on national TV, we're gonna have a bunch of games on national TV. I can guarantee that.
Of course, you can't be like the 49ers and not get a lot of prime time.
Then I can start planning my tailgate menu.
How many games the Rams got?
Next week's gonna be fun. So
can't wait.
But anyway,
and practice starts soon. All right, Phil.
To say that Sam Darnold's the best arm the Niners have ever had, Matt Mayoko need to have his head examined. I think he's just trying to get clickbaits, just like all the other ones.
He was drunk. I didn't know he drank.
Yeah. had a few bottles of wine.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he does that. No,
You
we
know.
gotta go. I tell you what,
All right.
I'll see you Sunday.
Okay.
All right,
We'll
Phil.
talk to you then.
Looking forward, Phil.
All right.
Bye, Phil.
Later.
Uh,
Bye.
hey, Jack.
Oh my God. Am I on? Is it
You
my
you are
turn?
on. You were on earlier. We couldn't find you, Jack. As you know, Matt Mielko has declared
yeah.
Sam Darnold the best thrower in 49er football quarterback history. Or most talented.
Well, I'll be damned, man. There's been a lot of stuff in history that I'm not going to go into that happened today too. That was blasphemous. You know what I'm saying? Let alone that. But I do.
Good point.
I do
You
like
just
his
don't
style.
say that.
Because you know Jack be coming in. Jack be coming in, and you know what I'm saying, for business purposes, you know, it went viral. He made us talk about it, and just like he said, clickbait, chill pill, Phil. That's what it is, man.
That was
And
brilliant.
you know, shout out to Matt Mielko, you know what I'm saying, because we still talking about it. I mean, there are
Jack,
some
I'm reading down through
intangibles.
the dailies,
Go
and
ahead.
it felt like I hit the brakes and got a skid mark about 15, 20 yards long. As soon as I said, what? I said, what are you talking about?
You
Sam
know,
Darnold, we know
there
nothing
are
about
some
Sam
intangibles.
Darnold.
Now, I think Sam Darnold is a type of quarterback. Sometimes when he's on and he makes some throws, you're like, damn, how the hell did he do it? Something like Patrick Mahomes, Aaron Rodgers. But when he's off, he's off. You know what I'm saying? He's not consistent. And it could have been the previous head coach's system he was in. Maybe he's built more for a Shanahan system. Let's see. Who knows? But
No, he made that
there
some
are
bad
some
coaches.
throws that make you go, whoa, jump out of your seat. But not many, to say that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, back to what I was saying about the kicker, I don't think you guys, you know, interpreted it right. So what I was trying to get at is Moody is only 4 for 10, 50 yards plus, like I told you guys after we drafted him. But, I mean, come on. Most of the kicks we want him to kick are like 50 plus, right? Between 45 and 60. And, you know, he's 4 for 10 in that range. All the closer ones, yeah, we could find somebody in the sixth round to make those kicks. So, you know, I still a sour taste in my mouth. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we could have got somebody else that could have helped us out. Like if we had an injury, for example, at a position that this dude would have stepped in with the 99 pick, because there was a lot of dudes out there. You know what I'm saying? Mama, there go that man type of dude. But, you know, we passed on him for a kicker. So, you know, same thing happened when we got the punter, Australian punter, and I was just like, man, do we really need this? But hey, that's the only position we
I remember that.
had where a dude could, you know, we needed a starter. You know what I'm saying? So we were without a starter, Robbie Gould. So okay, let's see how it goes, man. But I still got a sour taste in my mouth. But yeah, man, shout out to Matt Mielko and you know, that East Carolina wide receiver, as you and me were previous wide receivers, me to an injury why I didn't make the NFL. We're going to get into why Ronbo didn't make the NFL, but he looks good, man. He looks good.
Yeah,
What's
Jack,
your
you
take
checked
on
him
who's
out?
your favorite undrafted free agent?
So far,
Say that again?
I'm not been paying attention. No, I mean, you checked out Winstead because I don't know anything about him other than what I read, but I didn't read anything bad about him. And those are the guys I always wonder. Now, why in hell didn't he get drafted? He had damn near 1,000 yards, if not 1,000 yards, for the last 4 seasons. Now, how is that not draft worthy, right? So, a 6'4", I mean, you got all the size in the world.
You know,
A big target. You know, he can abuse cornerbacks.
Yeah.
And he has to get undrafted.
Yeah.
49 said, okay, he ain't undrafted now. Get in here now. We got something for you. Sign here. Let's go. So I'm thinking, okay.
you got the little Terrell Owens in this kid. I'm telling you, if you know, if it works out, small school, and you know, just a big dude, and you know, freak. So I'm excited about him too, like everybody else. And we got a 6'4" kid. What's the other dude we got? The undrafted free agent, 6'4" or something like that. 6'3", 6'4", that skinny ass dude with the dreads or whatever. You know, he looks good
we
too.
drafted him though, right? You're talking about I should have kept the list of those guys.
No. I'm talking about undrafted free agent.
Oh, okay.
Undrafted free agent. So there's some dudes out there. I can't think of his name right now off top, but yeah, there's some undrafted free agents to get excited about. But man, shout out to Big Show. You know, and I did say I like that offensive lineman from Ohio State who we could have got at 99. and could have helped out, I think, immediately, who Big Show mentioned, even before me. So, I'm going to give credit where credit is due, but, I only joined the draft party this year 1 week prior to the draft because we were drafting the third round, guys. You know what I'm saying? It's not like,
I know that
hopefully next
everybody
year we
got
get that
bored
first
with that.
round draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully we get the first round next year. So, you know what I'm saying? We could kind of like be more excited because it was one of those drafts and,
And no
getting
second
a
round
kicker
either.
on top of that. It was like a kick to your mouth, man. Don't kick a dog, John Lynch, while we're down. You know what I'm saying? The 49er fans are down. You're kicking us with a goddamn kicker, man. That's your boy Jack, man. I want to say shout out to PD. You know who PD is. And I'm going to give a shout out to Big Show and the whole community out there, all right? Hit them like buttons. Love y'all.
Love you back,
And if the schedule comes out next week that we're playing in London, I'm flying you out here to London. We're going to do a live show post at Wembley Stadium, me and Ronbo. How's that sound, buddy?
Well, that would be outstanding, wouldn't it? Oh, hell yeah.
Who would we play though? Before you go? Who would we play though before you go in London? I think the Jacksonville Jaguars was last time.
Yeah, I was just saying, it's too bad we don't have the
Somebody
Jaguars on our schedule because that would be a chance because the Jags are embraced by England because of the name, most likely. I mean, they come every year, I think.
Yeah, Shah Khan, the only minority owner in
Of the Jags?
the league, got the contract. Yeah. He got the
Oh,
contract. The
that's
Pakistani
okay.
owner.
Okay.
He got the contract with Wembley or NFL in London or whatever. But yeah, man, can't wait for the schedule next week. Hopefully we get one in London, so you know what I'm saying, your boy could be out there live, and I promise you, Ronbo, I'm gonna fly you out here if it's in London. All right.
All right. All right, Jack. Meanwhile, let's
right,
let's talk again Sunday if you got
5
time.
o'clock in the morning.
You were getting up anyway. All right, Jack. Looking forward to Sunday. Have a great night. Oh, God. Oh, by the way, that's a burner account. The young Montana that's always rooting for the other team. You know that's not a real 49er fan, right? That's a burner. So just don't take it seriously. He's just in there to troll, whoever it is. Hey, Nudge.
Ronbo.
Nudge, man.
What's going on, man?
I mean, I was like, cause I was like laughing because at first I said I got to run this by everybody, see what they say, man. Sam Darnold is the best thrower the 49ers have ever had on the roster. First thing I thought was, Matt, he hasn't played with us yet. How did you draw this conclusion?
I just found out about it just a couple minutes ago when y'all talked about it. I was like, who said that?
Matt, you know, Matt Mayelko's the guy you always trust, Matt Mayelko, too, because the guy is usually not with the rest of the riffraff. When everybody else is talking, spinning tails and getting crazy, Matt doesn't get involved with that. Then Matt comes in there. Yes, Sam Darnold is the best thrower. And he says he's on KBR. Can I say this? Matt Darnold is the best thrower the 49ers have ever had. Really?
Yeah, that's the dude that be like, San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, you're talking about that's Pop.
Okay, that's okay.
That's the other guy. Matt Mayelko is just a beat writer. He's been with the 49ers for a long time.
Yeah, he don't know what he's talking about. I think I know who Matt is, though. I rock with Matt. I rock with him and Lombardi. I don't really rock with Conan.
Yeah. Lombardi is a beast, ain't he? He brings all those numbers, and he's an insider. He's actually talking to the personalities, and he's an insider as well. So yeah,
yeah, them the two. I rock with Matt and Lombardi. Anybody else? Grant? Yeah, I don't know. I can take his. I don't know why he got one. But yeah, I do think Sam got a chance to be QB1 though, so he ain't too far off.
Yeah, I'm not going to be surprised at that because, I mean, Trey he needs some seasoning before he can get in there and compete with somebody who's had 4 or 5 years of experience. And in fact, he was drafted the same position as Trey, so there's an equal line or parallel there. If one can, who develops first, right? So I don't know.
And Cal already said they're going to be splitting first team reps.
He did, didn't he? I thought I
Yeah,
remember
I
him,
understand.
him say something like that a while back. How long ago did he say that? Almost as soon
When
as
they
Matt
first
got
traded
there.
him,
I mean, as soon as what's
yeah,
his name got there, didn't he? Yeah.
he want. I think he want him to start.
Yeah. See, I do too. Because
I
otherwise,
think
you
I
wouldn't
want
have
him to
got. Why
start
would you
too.
spend all that money just to make him sit down and be
Mm-hmm.
quarterback 3? I don't believe that. You could have got something
Yeah.
cheaper.
Who we get last year? We got Josh Rosen.
Yeah, Rosen was in there for a few minutes. We got Sudfeld, and the Mr. Irrelevant sent them both packing.
Yeah,
So
I'd have got my boy back. Who was our quarterback? Mullins. I'd have got Mullins back.
you see, me and you on the same page, Dodge, because I said that. People said, I mean, nobody want no Mullins back. Mullins knows what we do. I mean, how come?
Yeah, I'd have got
That's what
Mullins
I'm
back.
worried about. He's familiar with the guys
I'd
we
have
got.
loved to see him with McCaffrey.
Ah, yeah, see,
Really,
P-
like I rock with Purdy, but I'd have loved to see Trey with McCaffrey too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, any one of the quarterbacks you got with McCaffrey is going to make a difference. And whatever they do,
It's gonna
no
make
matter
it
what level they are, McCaffrey's going to take what they do to the next level. Look at Jimmy. Jimmy
next
went
level.
nuts toward the end of the season last year before he got hurt. Jimmy was just, I mean, in Mexico, man,
We win the
I don't,
Super Bowl if you don't get him.
right? They've never seen a team get beat up like the Cardinals did that night. I'm telling you, man,
Mm-mm.
McCaffrey makes a difference.
Yeah, so I don't know who you hope start week 1. Who you feeling?
You know, I'm figuring that Trey hasn't had enough time. He's still the same Trey from last year. He's made some adjustments in throwing everything, but he hasn't got any mileage. I can't imagine how he's going to beat Sam out. That's why I'm kind of rooting for him. Come on, Trey.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they did to you is cold blooded, boy. You went and got Matt. I mean, you went and got Sam Darnold. Kyle, that ain't no backup. You know he's coming in here. Only reason he signed is to compete. He wants Brock Purdy's job as well. And the only reason he signed is because he probably figures he can beat Trey out. And I don't know what Kyle told him.
Yeah,
So,
and I think Cal wanted just to show people he can, he's still the quarterback whisperer. He still can.
actually, Kyle's wanted him for a couple of years.
Yeah, he been wanting.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we went against the Jets, he was talking about how
He
good
wanted to make
was.
that trade before the Jets got him. Kyle's been on Sam for a while. That's why people better know this is not a fluke. He's not a camp body. He comes in and compete. He's gonna. You know what, Notch? The man is gonna get preferential treatment.
Yeah. He definitely. This preseason gonna be fun. This preseason gonna be fun because it's gonna be them too.
Yeah.
I don't know how you gonna do it. I don't know how you gonna work the reps. But
Well, Trey's got to stay in that
find a
pocket. He's
way.
got to hit his guys.
yeah, Trey got to play good. He can't hold the ball.
Yeah, make
He can't have
quick
no high
decisions.
throws.
Yeah.
Can't throw it 100 miles per hour.
You know, he got better at that, though. Remember last year when in Chicago, I noticed he had dropped that down to the point where they can handle the ball.
Yeah,
Did
but that's
Debo
'cause
made
it
a
was,
couple catches? Yeah, I think so.
it was windy. That's probably cutting
see
down
that?
on a lot.
And ice cold, although he's used to that weather, though, because being in Dakota, they don't have an indoor gym either.
Nah, they ain't got too much in Dakota.
Ice cold weather.
Not equipment-wise.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm wishing Trey luck, but, man, he's up against it.
Yeah.
Darnold and his experience, Kyle and his preference, because Kyle's going to make it fair. He's going to make it fair to the media, right? He's going to have media conferences. Kyle, Trey seemed to struggle a bit on the offense after 3 years. You seem to, by now you think if you've been working with him or what's been going on with that. And Sam, in the meanwhile, looks like he looks. Did you make your call on this now? No, this is an open competition, and we'll determine that time when the time comes. But, you read Kyle's body language in his face. You can always tell what Kyle's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's like you don't like them type of questions, but hey, you the coach, man. What we doing?
yeah,
We
you
trying to
gotta
know what's going on with the team.
deal with the question, Kyle. Tell us the truth. You know, because Trey
Yeah,
is where he's
no,
at because of the lack of training due to the fact that he hasn't been out there. But why did you get Sam Darnold? You could have focused more on Trey, so you got him up to speed. You brought Darnold in just in case you can't get him up to speed, and you could stick Darnold and say, "I tried." But, oh God!
yeah. But hey, let's look at it on the bright side. We got our picks back. We ain't, it ain't
Yeah.
like we needed those 2 number 1 picks we ain't have.
Yeah, kind of, huh? Because our
Yeah,
team's
we
been
got our
good.
picks back. We get our picks back next year.
Yeah, next year. You know, we really didn't need those 2 picks. People got mad about that. But you know what? The 49ers have been tough without 2 first-round picks. I mean, look at where we were last year and the year
Yeah.
before. We didn't need it.
NFC Championship. NFC
Yeah.
Championship both years.
So we're
And
all right.
all the first round picks do is give us, we got to pay a little more. We would have had them the worst picks to have, the late first round picks, because you got to pay them first round money.
I don't mind paying Ayuk,
Okay.
but Javon is a fail up to now.
Yeah,
You know, the first round is a scary round. Like you say, you got to pay extra money,
especially late
Oh.
first round.
and you hope they do well. If they don't do well, you lost money, and you got to go back to the drawing board. You got to get another player next year and figure out what you're going to do with him because you can't get rid of him because it's a dead cap hit.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Probably is.
Oh, nice.
But I say our last good first round pick was Bosa.
Yeah, well, now
And
you
Ayuk.
knew that was going to work. I was just worried about him getting hurt.
Yeah.
But I knew he was going to start.
Yeah.
I knew Bosa was going to be a monster.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Ayuk, but
I didn't know nothing about him. I'm impressed.
Ruben Foster. Was Ruben Foster first or second round?
First round, at the end of the first round, he was on the phone with the New Orleans Saints. And the 49ers called.
Yeah.
Ruben, wait, hold on a second. No, I'll be right back. Hey, John Lynch? Say what? Yeah, hell yeah. All right, Nolans, I'm sorry. And he was us. We didn't know. Nolans should have got him.
Yeah.
I didn't
They
know Ruben
shoulda.
was a fool with the women. Oh!
Yeah.
We got to go.
That what game was that before? That was before the Tampa Bay game, wasn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. We found out.
Ruben
Like,
told
dang,
the-
Rube.
Rube told the girl where he was. There's no other way she was going to know. She came in and showed out. Yeah. Anyway, Naj.
Cuddle.
Yeah. Naj, we got to go. I'm going to see you on Sunday. Good to hear from you, fam. I ain't seen you in a while. All right.
Yeah, it has. I'll be here on Sunday.
All right.
How
Looking
you
forward to
doing,
it,
Naj?
Naj. Have a great night, fam.
All right, I appreciate it. You too.
I do, Naj. Another one of my boys. And here he comes. Jalen, get in here. Jalen. Let me see if I can remember bonus rhymes. Cardinals, you irrelevant. Cardinals, you irrelevant. Seahawks, it must be no fun. I got to write my own and go give them to Jalen too, so because Jalen kills me with that, and it's so accurate. Wait, Jalen's probably stuck doing something. Hey, it is the head of the Dragon Clan. He is Papa Dragon Pop.
Norlin.
What's up, Ronbo?
Pop, man, I just love it. It's like Phil pointed out, and I know you and Phil have some disagreements on certain things, but you know what? Did Matt, my uncle, just drop one?
I love his. I love his drunken optimism.
Pop, we're winning this year. But the thing with Matt, my uncle, said, Pop, you always see the angles at a little different place than a lot of us do. What was Matt, my uncle, talking about?
Well, based on what I'm hearing overall right now, Shanahan has not officially made a decision on the quarterback situation. He's letting us all talk about it. But I believe that Shanahan Sr. and Shanahan, at least what I've been told, is that they strongly favor. They are under the pressure to win the Super Bowl now, and they believe that Sam Darnold is the best quarterback to get them there. But while they believe that, they still haven't really made an official decision yet. Right now, on paper, on the brochures for the ticket holders for the Chill Pill Phils,
who's picturing
is Brock Purdy.
Yeah, but
no one officially expects Brock Purdy to finish this season as the 49ers starting quarterback.
Ooh.
We basically, from what I'm told, is that the expectation is that the best quarterback will play. And right now, if you talk to the higher ups and if you talk to the agents and things like that, and like I say, what I was told, the anticipation is that it's going to be Sam Darnold. Now, that doesn't mean that Brock is not the guy and won't start. But like I say, right now, Brock is going to sell more tickets. He's going to sell more bobbleheads than both Trey and Sam Darnold combined.
Because
when you're looking at overall talent, it's Sam Darnold. So as far as the comment goes, it's an opinion, but let me make something very, very clear about arm talent. We have seen some of the best arm talent in the world wash out of the league in years. Peyton Manning had amongst some of the worst arm talent. Jeff George had probably the best arm talent I ever seen was Jeff George or Warren Moon. And what arm talent means is that they can make all the throws +3. They have every club in a golf club, but it takes more than arm talent to win. It takes intangibles. In most cases, a quarterback that has those intangibles of raising the play of the entire team. Brock Purdy displayed that last year. He really did. I mean, he did put up more points to Jimmy G. And I remember before Jimmy G went out, he was on a 4-game winning streak. You plug in Brock Purdy, you score more points. Okay. So he did, buy more time in the pocket. He let plays develop. He played off script and things like that. He did some pretty good things. But, what we see on film and what the coaches see the same thing. They saw Brock Purdy level off when defenses caught up with him. Okay. And typically speaking, most players go through a sophomore slump. Andy is coming off an injury.
Yeah.
So the reality is that whoever comes out of this as the clear-cut favorite in the locker room is going to be the quarterback. And right now, that's trending towards Sam Darnold, like it or not. I mean, he was just at the Warriors game with the president of the football team, George Kittle.
I see that. I said, when did Sam Darnold get into the boys group?
He's a professional, Ronbo, and he's a veteran, and he knows how to play that game, right? He knows how to play that game, Ronbo. So he knows who he needs to kick it with, who he needs to play with. The defensive coordinator was his head coach. McCaffrey singing his praises. The 49ers locker room liaison to Jed York is singing his praises, talking about Frank Gore. And Matt Maiocco is the closest local reporter to the 49ers. So he's hearing and seeing the same things. He's seeing probably more of the OTA stuff than anybody else has, right? So what he's probably seeing is what he believes. Do I agree with it? Oh, hell no. I don't agree with what he said. But it's a very interesting take just because it's just showing you where momentum is happening. You see what I'm saying?
That was the point I was bringing out. I said, you know what? Is the table being set? I mean, so it doesn't come as any shock. And like you mentioned, the players who actually do determine who's going to play and who's not at some point. Because as soon as Big Trent Williams walks in to Kyle's office, Coach, I ain't got, but Trent, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say you've only got a couple more years to go. I'd like to know if there's something we can do about this. And I'm doing it, Trent, the best of my ability. You got to have that conversation, right?
Right. And the reality is, if you want to see an example of how to bring a young quarterback along, you look at Philadelphia, you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. If you want to see what not to do with the quarterback, you look at the 49ers. Because my expectation for the 49ers quarterback situation is this: they value the room over the player. So they're not firmly behind anybody. They just aren't. And I think that's your biggest problem, because you really do have to instill confidence in your quarterback and hit your wagon to him. And the 49ers have not done that.
And don't
I
throw
think
him
that's
under the bus on losses. I mean, come on.
Exactly. I mean, if 49ers fans are pretty tough too in our quarterbacks, and that's their prerogative.
Yeah.
Right. But if the 49ers fans, if Trey Lance had the same first year that the Jacksonville Jaguars quarterback had, they'd be ready to run him out of town. Right? Interceptions, low touchdown numbers. But see, then the second year, he wins his first playoff game. Now that's exceptional. That's exceptional, right? The road that Jalen Hurts was on was even worse than that. I mean, because people were calling him garbage for the first couple of years of his contract. It's the same thing with Josh Allen. They call Josh Allen garbage. And right now they're calling Trey Lance garbage, and he's only had 4 starts. So
people don't wait. But the word BUST comes flying out. It only takes 5 minutes. And I say,
Exactly. I mean, you have to understand the full thing. But I think, football fans, fans is short for the word fanatic. Yeah. So you're going to be all in. Like I said, you and Phil are all in. You're all about that Super Bowl. So am I. I want to get there too, but I'm a little bit more analytic about it as far as where things are. And I still believe that the glaring weakness of the football team still exists, and it hasn't been corrected. And the 49ers have fortified what they believe their strength is. And I think that the strategy is great until you get to the playoffs, when you start facing the top 4 teams. And when you have a good offensive line, it makes it difficult on our defensive line. And number 2, they can hold our guy. So whether we pay our defensive line $15 million for the entire year, or we pay them $115 million an entire year, what's going to happen is our $100 million defensive line is going to get held in the championship game or in the Super Bowl. I think that's the biggest difference, because if the referees would actually just do their job consistently,
I know.
Period. They just did it consistently. They didn't try to say, "Oh, we're not going to make."
You can prepare better. You know how to play. I'm out there getting called for things I didn't expect.
Hey, but what's your analytical view on Brock Purdy coming back in 4 weeks to start throwing, PD? Who you love hating on?
Brock. I believe that Brock Purdy is a gifted quarterback, and I also believe that, again, right now, he is the face of the franchise, at least the face that the 49ers want to put forward. They have tickets to sell. Again, he's going to sell more tickets than both Darnold and Trey Lance combined. So they have to put him out there like that. Now, if they rush him back, I'm against that. But if he's ready to play, I'm all for it. And I'll be there pulling for him. But the reality is that when it comes down to it, NFL defenses it'll be easier to stop Brock than it will be the other 2 guys. And that's what it boils down to. It's like he's going to have to get to the point where he's going to have to carry that football team, and then you'll see the cracks in the armor, in my opinion. Now, unless, of course, Shanahan does the smart thing, which is run the ball 25, 30, 35 times a game, but spreads it out. If he doesn't spread it out, if he gives McCaffrey 20 carries a game, 25 carries a game over 17 games, that's a lot of carries.
It's going to be over 4.
Exactly. That's and a lot of risk. Whereas he's got to really level out his running game. He's got to get everyone involved in the running game. And I don't know why he doesn't do that, but he should. I mean, he can use Paul as a blocker. He can use Juice as a runner. He can use Mason as a runner. Use everybody.
Yeah, and especially since he likes to use the element of surprise.
Yeah, but this rookie Brock Purdy did carry us to the championship game until he got hurt, and he didn't have to hand off the ball like
Brock Purdy didn't carry us.
Brock
Purdy didn't carry us. He was a part of the magic that got us there. What Brock Purdy did was he took his magical little thing in his brain and he extended plays. But he's running out to the left because the right side can't pay. Yeah, I'm not just. I don't disagree. I don't disagree, but we still have to look at what happened. And what happened is that it was 19 points against Dallas. Okay, he's playing a better defense. Okay, a better team, and against the Eagles, no fault to his own, he got knocked out. So Kyle Shanahan has to do a better job putting his players in a position to succeed and protecting them. No. You don't put that tight end out there to block them. You max protect on that side,
especially that tight end.
Right. And if you have a defense that's hard that can't defend the run the damn ball. Yeah. They could have won. They could have if they ran the ball 30 times in that game. They win that game going away. Going away.
You keep the Eagles off the field, and they could not go against the 49ers.
Finally, that block was not on Brock, though. PD, that block was not on Brock. But I feel what you're saying tonight. But that block was on the tight end and Shanahan, not on Brock.
But again, guys, let me just one question. Okay? Who's the best tight end in the game?
George
Kittle.
Who's the best tight end in the game, Frank?
That's Jack.
Jack, I'm sorry. Best tight end in the game, Jack.
Yeah,
George Kittle. George. Okay, now. Yeah. Okay, stop. Stop. Would you assign George Kittle to block Joey Bosa one-on-one? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
That's
all I'm saying, brother.
But you're not getting what I'm saying though because of that play. But that's cool though. I feel you tonight, man. I feel you, PD. I'm gonna wrap it up before y'all get me fired, man. I gotta get out of here.
Okay, Bob, we gotta wrap it up anyway. Bob, good points as usual. You'll always bring food for thought and things people want to push back on. I love it. I'll see you Sunday, fam.
All right, man.
Give my best to the Dragon Clan. Bam!
I will. Shout you in production. All right, man.
Night, Pop.
Cliff got the boot. Pete still chewing on that goop. And Sean McVay play call like poop. It stinks, Ronbo. Well, Ronbo, I gotta agree with what Papa said, Ronbo. Man, you would not put George Kittle to block Joey Bosa, Ronbo.
Yeah, that's...
You gotta get... Not even George. It wasn't even George Kittle, Ronbo. It was his backup. Would you put Travis Kelce's backup to block Joey Bosa, Ronbo?
I don't want to run.
It wasn't even a top tight end, Ronbo. Like, I mean, if it was George, I would have been like, okay, maybe with George Kittle. Okay, maybe.
George would have survived.
But a backup?
He would have survived.
Come
that
on,
play.
now.
I mean, but you don't want to run the risk. Riddick is coming off around that
corner like soft.
Yeah.
But a backup, Ronbo? A backup?
I don't want to run that play. I really don't. I really wish that we do play action or something, but get out of the friggin' way. And don't trust nobody in that situation. And the bad thing about it, he saw Ayuk running free because that dude was trying to cover him. And Debo already told you about that dude. He can't play. Mm-hmm. Ayuk was going to smoke him all day. And Purdy saw it. Oh, my God.
Bradbury.
Brock. Brock saw Ayuk running free. And Brock said, oh, my God. Brock, just get rid of it. Quickly. Hurry. And here come that dude around the corner. 100 miles an hour. See, that's a fluke accident.
It is, Ronbo. I mean, Kyle Shanahan got too pretty with his play calling, and look at what it got you. You know what I mean?
Inexperience.
I mean, I can't keep saying Kyle. I mean, Kyle Shanahan has a list of hospital quarterbacks, Ronbo. I mean, he broke RG3. He literally destroyed CJ Beathard. That's why he ain't succeeding in the NFL as many beatings as he took.
He took a lot of lumps.
Man, Nick Mullins' arm is gone. Jimmy Garoppolo's beat up. Trey's beat up, and now Brock Purdy's beat up. I mean, Ronbo
left Josh out.
Damn, yeah, I mean, Kyle has a graveyard of quarterbacks, just like Myles Garrett. He got a graveyard of quarterbacks.
Jazz, but here's the thing, Jalen. What Brock would have done, and this is inexperience, Brock should have stepped forward in that pocket to give himself a one more split second. That was from inexperience. He wouldn't do that again, and I'm sure everybody told Brock, all you have to do is step up. step up. You had an avenue in front of you 30 miles wide. You could actually ran. Just step up in the pocket, take your time, get your shot off if you want to do that. But don't stand back in the pocket that deep and expect that shot. Those guys are coming around the edges. You don't know how soon they're going to get there. This is a learning thing, right? A teachable moment, but it cost him his arm. And that's a bad thing.
Ronbo, so are the reports on Trey saying that he's like not 100% yet? Is that why people are still talking about Sam Darnold could play week 1?
Trey, when did you hear that?
No. People were saying that Sam Darnold's competing for the starting job week 1. So I'm guessing that must mean.
No,
Sam Darnold.
Oh no, because I thought you said Trey wasn't healthy. Wasn't.
No, I'm asking like, why is it that Sam Darnold's able to compete?
No, because Kyle brought him in here for that. Trey, you know what?
Wait. Hold on, Ronbo. Hold on. Wait, Trey's healthy and he's having Sam compete?
Yeah.
What the?
Trey got cleared, what, 2-3 weeks ago, officially cleared.
Wait, Ronbo. Hold on. Time out. I don't want to think that I'm crazy. Let me sit down for a second. So our third overall pick that we traded up for is healthy.
Yeah.
And he's in a competition with a journeyman.
Been healthy for a while, yeah.
And we still got people saying that this man needs to be the coach of our team.
Well,
okay. All right, Ronbo. Like I said with Kyle, Ronbo, he got to 2025, Ronbo. He got to 2025. He got to 2025, Ronbo.
Jalen,
he got to 2025.
And not a lot of people are listening. That's why I said Kyle did not bring Sam Darnold in to be a backup. He is not going to be QB3. There's just no way you pay $4 million and give him an incentive package which could bring him up to $11 million so he can be QB3. If Kyle can waste money like that, I want to be QB3.
We should feel insulted, Ronbo. We should really feel it. In 49ers fans, we should feel insulted because this man brought in Trey Lance to be the future of this franchise and gave up on Justin Fields. And you telling me that now that he's back healthy, Jimmy Garoppolo's gone, Brock Purdy is hurt.
Mm-hmm.
This team is still not his yet.
I'm telling you.
You know what that means, Ronbo? I failed a project and I won't admit it.
A lot of people are saying that. They're not saying it loud, but they're saying it. I've heard it. I've seen it on Twitter.
Ronbo, Ronbo, that's ridiculous. This is ridiculous, Ronbo. Like I said, Kyle can go 0-17 these next 2 seasons and stack up on first overall picks. If he don't have a ring by 2025, Ronbo, I mean it's from the bottom of my heart. He does not deserve. I want you to explain to me right now. If he does not have a ring by 2025, explain to me why you think he deserves to stay on this team.
Jalen, the reality is this: he cannot go 11-6, 12-5, 13-4 between now and then. If he does, Jalen, you're going to be mad as hell. He's not going anywhere. As long as you're competing in the NFL to get to that prize, your owner's not going to fire you. But you need to.
Ronbo, but we're going to be rebuilding at that point. His contracts are going to be expiring at that point, Ronbo.
Well, you never
the window's going to close eventually.
Well, you never know what kind of talents you got coming in. And the 49ers, that's what they don't want. That's why they don't want to pay a quarterback any money. We got big
Ronbo,
money,
look at the AFC.
This guy in this position. If we keep it like that, we remain tough and competitive. And all I need is get a quarterback that can do his job at least well enough to follow Kyle's instructions, and I'll win the Super Bowl.
Ronbo, our team is getting older. Look at the AFC. We cannot, Ronbo, this team is not going to be able, a rebuild of 49ers team is not going to be able to compete with some of these powerhouses in the AFC. I'm sorry.
Jalen,
we're not.
There ain't going to be no rebuild. They're bringing in bodies now to compete. You look at Aaron Banks. You know what that is? Aaron Banks was brought in specifically to take Laken Tomlinson's job. And they made it happen. Right? Trey Lance was brought in to get rid of Jimmy G so you don't have to pay him. And that, as you said, may have not worked out like they wanted it to. So what do? They go get Sam Darnold. See, it's not hard to read what the 49ers are doing. They don't want to pay a quarterback big bucks. There was never going to be an Aaron Rodgers. That man gets paid $50 million a year. This is not a part of the plan. This is not.
All I'm saying is I think Kyle Shanahan can stay competitive with a good roster But we've seen 2 seasons when he did not have a good roster. He could not. Ronbo, Kyle Shanahan has never put together an 8-8 season. It's either we're picking in the top 3 or we're in the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship. It's never an in between.
That's a bizarre thing, too, isn't it? But remember,
It's never an in between.
I don't want to sound like I'm defending, but remember we had set a new record for injuries. Remember those 2 years, 2020?
Oh yeah, it was bad.
Everybody on the team. I thought Kyle was going to limp off the field a couple of times. I said, this is what did somebody do in that organization to bring this kind of bad luck?
Ronbo, I understand that the 49ers have had worse coaches in the past than Kyle Shanahan. I get some of these people in the comments are probably like, this young guy don't know what he's talking about. We've been through worse. But let me just ask y'all, have all these other coaches had the talent that Kyle Shanahan has had around him? They haven't.
No,
they have not. Did Chip Kelly have DeForest Buckner, Nick Bosa, Eric Armstead, D Ford? He didn't.
We had an 8-8 season with Jim Harbaugh that last year before he left. So it's all a roll of the dice.
None of these other coaches have had this type of roster, Rombo, but we beat and complained on them and called them bums when they were playing with scrubs. Kyle Shanahan's playing with literally historical teams.
Shannon, you make a solid case. I can't argue. But
we saw what Chip Kelly looked like on the Eagles with a good roster, Rombo. He did just as much as Kyle Shanahan's done here.
Hey, good nasty point there too. That's kind of scary. Jalen, we got to go though, fam. I'll look for you Sunday.
Like I said, Ron, he got to 2025. I'm not saying he needs to get fired, but Rombo, that's just how I feel. If he don't get a ring by 2025, I don't think he deserves a third contract. I'm sorry. I really didn't even think he deserved that second one, if we being real. But that's for another day.
All right, Jalen. You hold on.
Man, we still the kings of the West. Kyle need a 2-year rest. And it ain't going to matter who our quarterback is, because Gene D and Rudy going to know the 49ers going to be the best. Let's not forget, Nick Mullins beat the Raiders on national TV. And Derek Carr also has never won a division title. Just remember that, Raiders. He was a bum. He's not a Hall of Famer.
Thank you. I'm so tired of Raiders telling me that. All right, Jalen. See you Sunday. Hey, Brian, bring the law in. Brian.
49ers. We are the 49ers, red and gold. Don't stay faithful till I'm dead and cold.
Yeah.
Always believe in the 49ers, always from the deep south, because the law says, know your role and shut your mouth. What's up, Ronbo?
Brian, we're just looking at the latest splash from the media. And you see a lot of really silly stuff all the time. And then I ran across Matt, my uncle, and his claim that Sam Darnold is the 49ers, he is the 49ers' greatest thrower, or most talented thrower of all 49ers time. I said, what?
Ronbo. Ronbo, why are we doing this to ourselves?
I know. It'd be best not to read the dailies every day.
Only, Ronbo, in the last 5 years, probably the most concerned position that we have been concerned about is the quarterback.
Every year?
We went through this roller coaster ride with Jimmy Garoppolo. We went through this thing with who was after him?
There's been people added even while he was here. Remember the Tom Brady extravaganza, the Aaron Rodgers time.
Right.
Sam Darnold was part of this mix too.
I'm like, Ronbo, I would be so glad that when we get stability, until we get some sort of stability at that position, somebody that we could, that we could really just put our eggs in one basket, whatever.
Brian,
we're going to be doing this for the next 10 years.
Brian, this is I'm telling you right now, this quarterback, whoever it is next, Brock Purdy, when it comes time to renew his contract, we're gonna go ahead and draft another quarterback here and bring him in next year. Brock's gonna get out to where he can get paid. because we're not paying a quarterback $45 to $50 million. I don't, the 49ers, they don't want to pay a quarterback no big bucks because it takes away from them building around that position. Kyle, they don't believe in the quarterback to the degree that they're going to pay him big bucks. They don't want him doing the heavy lifting, Brian. They want him to go out there and facilitate what they've built around him. It's clear to me now that is what's going to happen. Tom Brady was never going to come to San Francisco. And even if, what the thing is, Tom wants to run the show. Kyle's not going for that. That's why I kept telling you, man.
That would never.
Tom
that
Brady,
would never going to work.
Never going to happen. Kyle Shanahan and Tom Brady on the same field. Not going to happen. Aaron Rodgers had a falling out with Kyle Shanahan's disciples. Matt LaFleur. Yeah, how long did that work? That was a dumpster fire for the first few minutes. But then Aaron got MVP honors because of the plan, and he bought in. But it's tough to get a veteran to do that stuff.
I mean, the last 5 years. I mean, we've thrown. It's been like quarterback wish by committee. Wherever this thing with the Tom Brady, with Aaron Rodgers,
that's almost Matt Stafford.
Who else?
Remember
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson.
Lamar Jackson. I mean, come on, y'all, give me a break.
Remember the Cabo?
Why are we doing this?
Remember the Cabo? What is that city in Mexico? Remember when Kyle Shanahan flew out to Mexico because he heard Matt Stafford was talking to McVay, and Kyle was right down the street in another motel. I said, you know what, Kyle, you know what? When you're doing these little antics, why do we all have to find out about it? It's embarrassing. What are you doing?
I mean, Ronbo, we're so fixated on, and now we got one. Now, now the moment that we finally lock in on a quarterback, with Brock Purdy, okay, now he gets hurt. So I think the quarterback guys are cursing us. We're getting cursed. It's a curse going on. We'll have him. We'll have a good quarterback. He'll make plays. We've got to get a playmaker, and then he gets hurt. It's Trey Lance or whatever. But here's the thing, Ronbo. I say we need to just let Trey Lance, let him compete.
He's going to.
When Brock Purdy, you let him in. Just let nature take his course. Stop throwing the Jackson 5 at quarterback and everybody, Smokey Robinson and the Temptations. And not just the 49ers, but these other publications on YouTube, that everybody they want to throw Lamar Jackson. They had Lamar Jackson. That wasn't gonna work. That wasn't.
Give the reasons why. This is why I worry about some of us sometimes. Lamar Jackson wants how much money? Not a fam.
Right.
We don't pay our quarterback even minimum quarterback wage. Why would you think we're going to pay him $250 million? It's the Ronbo.
Right. Never. And we still got to pay. We still got to have car washes to get money to pay Bosa. We got Bosa on down the line.
Oh, Brian, that's okay.
He wants to be the highest defensive player,
and he will be.
This.
But Brian, that's the thing. They'll pay the defensive people. They'll pay everybody, but the quarterback gets paid. That's how you remain strong.
Right.
And just do what Kyle tells you, and we'll win games.
Is this a jab deficiency? I'm not even worrying about Kyle. You got to go all the way to the top. Is this a jab deficiency? Jab need to.
No, this is okay. Kyle went and sold. Maybe they had a board meeting or they had a meeting. Listen, I can get any quarterback to run my offense. What I need is some substantial players around that quarterback, and we'll get it done. And John, of course, seconded that. And then Jed said, well, fine, guys. As long as we're winning games, I'm on. I'm in. And that's what's been the case until people got hurt. Jed's come out and defended this on more than one occasion.
And one more thing, Ronbo, let me ask you something. How do you feel that we went through the draft, we went through free agency, and we didn't draft any linemen, knowing that that's one of our Achilles heels?
Well,
How do you feel about that?
well, no, well, I mean, I actually do. I understand what they were saying. They said there wasn't anybody on the offensive, as far as the draft went. There was nobody that was better than what they had. They weren't going to just go and reach. So they're going to wait till next year. When I think about it, Brian, maybe, okay, next year you have your first round, you have your second round. Get a guy with some quality. I don't need more of what you have now. Get me something better. And they're not going to pay Trent Williams money to every offensive lineman that's available out there now. So I see what they're doing. I don't necessarily appreciate it, and I wish it was different. I wish you could go draft our own offensive lineman because it's going to be – that's the way you get your best offensive lineman. You get them cheap. You train them up. You get them fix them to the program, and they do well. Some teams get away with that. We don't.
Ronbo, I don't mean no harm, but I'm starting to think your boy Jalen, what he's saying about if Kyle don't get it right by 2025, it's going to be some validity. I'm serious. I mean, come on. I mean, you have had no roster better than you have in the last 3 or 4 years, and all you got to show is some appearances. You just some appearances. We need you to bring it home, Kyle. We need to bring it home. If you're supposed to be the guru, you're supposed to be this offensive genius, then doggone it, it's time. It's time to put up and shut up. I mean,
it's like I said though, Brian. If they compete and continue to stay in the mix, Jed's not gonna let him go. He'll be scared to death to do that. We'll see.
It seemed like if anything. I mean, if anybody's the genius, it's the defensive coordinators. I mean, look at it. I mean,
Brian,
those are the gurus.
They got jobs. You're
they
right.
got their number ones. They done got their number one defenses and all that. And they left. They gone on to bigger and better things.
That's why they left. Brian, we got to go. I'm gonna tell you what though. Be looking for you on Sunday, and let's see what else happens.
Yeah, Ronbo, man. You've been hard to catch up with, man. It's been a while, but anyway, shout out to you, shout out to Faithful, and shout out to production.
Thanks, man.
And the law is out.
There he goes, Brian riding on the sunset. Talk to you Sunday, fam.
Hey. All right, Ronbo. See you Sunday.
Hey, yo, Mark.
What's up, Ronbo?
Mark. Mark, we're in checking out the Sam Darnold, now looking like a thing, since Matt Mayoko's came out and endorsed him with best throwing quarterback 49ers have ever had. Matt, what do you mean? We've had some great quarterbacks. What does that mean?
Hey, Ronbo, I want to ask you one question. Because I see you working Rudy on Twitter every other day.
Rudy. Oh yeah, that boy.
When was the last time the Rams actually beat a healthy 49er team?
I don't know that we'd have to really do some research. I can't remember that. I really can't.
I was just wondering because so I live in Maryland now, but last couple months I was in Texas from the time when we beat them Cowboys.
Yeah.
And man, it was great.
It was, I wish. Were you Dallas? I want the games to be in Dallas, though. The Dallas Cowboy fans are so much fun to watch. They really cannot handle losing. I mean, they're holding each other, crying, tears rolling down their face. It's the most embarrassing thing I've ever seen of a fan base. Pull yourself together. Come on. No. So.
Yeah. I'm going to touch up on this quarterback situation. Now, me personally, I think I want Trey to win it just because, like you said in past shows, I just feel bad for him,
Yeah.
It's just, I have a feeling Sam Darnold's going to win this job, but it's like, Trey, you haven't been playing, so it's kind of tough, but,
Mark, what's going to happen to him? That's the thing. He had his eyes were bright. He was ready to go. What's going to happen if Trey becomes QB3? You see what's happening over in Green Bay with Jordan Love. Would they keep Trey on the bench for the entirety of his – because if Brock Purdy comes back, he's going to get precedence. or position.
Yeah.
Sam, if he goes out there like Kyle wants him to, Kyle's going to give him every chance to fail before he even thinks about moving him out if he does win it. So what happens to Trey's career? Oh, that's just scary.
That's kind of, that's just sad. Yeah. And I do agree with Jalen. I agree with Jalen about 90%. But just the fact of not being relevant, being a doormat to the NFL for the last couple of years, it wasn't a good feeling. I just don't want to go back to that.
See, you and me, we're you know what? We both agree. I think Kyle should either poop or get off the pot. But at the same time, I don't want to go back to the dark days. You know, it's I'm right there in the middle. God, I don't want to go back to that. What if we get somebody who's not good? And there's always that possibility, Mark. Get some fool in there.
That's what scares me.
Well, the 49ers are 2-15 this year after firing Kyle Shanahan last season. Kyle again went 14-3 with the Los Angeles Rams, and they are. You know, I can say, oh God! I think I threw up in my mouth. Oh God! Oh,
I can't.
Ah, God!
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. So, and the Rams, I see the Rams fans in the chat too.
Oh yeah,
I see them talking a little bit in the chat.
My place is the lightning rod for the trolls from Seattle and Los Angeles, and the Rams. You see, Mark, the Rams are upset because the fact is they came in and talking all that trash before the season started, and went out 5-12. They went out looking bad, and we couldn't stop laughing. Now they mad as hell. See. That's why you see all the numbers you see brought up. Rudy's bringing up all kind of history and championships from the 40s and 50s about how great the Rams have been and how the 49ers are no better than they are. And obviously, you got to be out your damn mind. What are you talking about? Y'all got 2 rings. It took you 60 years to get them. Come on. Where's the comparison?
Hey, now, Ronbo, who do you think was the best passer in 49ers history?
It's got to be Joe. Joe had some premier receivers, so they were as smart as he was. And I think Steve Young was great, but he wasn't Joe great. Joe was that guy that you knew when he came down the field in the big game, dude is go get it done. He had a few fails like everybody else, but not many. But how many quarterbacks have won 4 Super Bowls, and they did it without the field goal kicker kicking the ball excessively? The run game was normal, but that quarterback was just not going to be beat. I said, damn. You can give Tom the credit all you want to, people, but I'm saying you right now, Tom Brady would never have beaten Joe if they were both in their prime at the same time. No friggin' way. So, I'll give it to Joe.
Yeah, because Steve was a scrambler, so.
Yeah. And, he had some good receivers, too. But, for just pure devil. And if I was the other team, I would have thought that Joe Montana was possessed or some kind of immortal on the planet Earth. The dude was shocking when it came to big play time.
Hey, Romo, did you hear what Debo said?
Yeah, I got it. I loved it. When Debo talk about how he hates the Eagles now. Debo hating on everybody. Hated the Rams 2 weeks ago. Now he's hating on the Eagles for talking trash.
I try to forget about it, but he just keeps bringing it up, and it's like, man. It just sucked how we went out. It's trash.
The Eagles look tough, though, Mark. I'm telling you right now. When we do play them, they look a little tougher than I expected them to look. They didn't lose a lot of people, but you know what they got to go through, Mark? They got to go through the after Super Bowl toilet flush when you got to recover from being in that, especially when you lost.
Yeah, I mean, they're tough, but we've always, since Kyle Shanahan has been here, we just been like you said, it was one podcast you said, but Kyle Shanahan, he made this team full of bullies. We just bully people. So we tough too. So.
Yeah. It's going to be a physical game. Teams know when you play the 49ers, bring your best armor, put some extra pads on, because there's going to be some hitting. And
no, go ahead.
everybody knows it's going to be a physical game. every time. That's why the Rams can't deal with the 49ers. The Rams are soft. They are Charmin tissue soft. That's why we beat them up every time we see them. When Debo's running down the field and Rams are bouncing off him, that's all part of the plan. They can't handle it.
Ramsey didn't want to. Yeah, Ramsey didn't want to tackle that. That's just too much weight coming down there.
He did Deion Sanders. He made a business decision. I love it. Mark, appreciate you, fam. And when you see me working on the Rams, they've got a group now. Yeah, they're tag teaming me. Mo Cenas. We got some other guys. Boy, we come back at them though. Boy, I tell you what, they can't win. They ain't got no.
I've seen you working on them.
Mark, I'll be back Sunday if you got time. Be looking for you.
All right, Ronbo.
Hey, man. Have a great night. Appreciate you. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Black Eyes, what's up? Far as Trey goes, don't you think the front office would look bad? Those first-round picks, we could build even more. This is why we have to see what Trey's got. Mr. Black Eyes, this is like rational thinking. The picks at this point, now that it's over with the 2 picks, they're probably they're putting that back of their minds now is, well, let's see what Trey looks like, and next year we'll get back in the first round. But like somebody said a few weeks ago, the scholarship is over now, so Trey has to actually win the job now. It's not about getting preferential treatment for being that first round pick. Now it's about business. Can we win with him or not? The training period should have been this last 2 years, but of course, Trey got hurt, so he didn't have a chance to train, which is really unfair. Well, I don't know. Let's see what works out. It really is. And Mr. Black Eyes also, Brock to the future, get healthy, your title is. Mr. Black Eyes, thanks for those contributions. But, hey, yo, Bethel.
Hey, what's up, Ronbo?
Bethel, man, my uncle got me going. I says, wait a minute. I've never questioned Matt about a couple of things he said and done, but Matt, did you finally step outside the zone on this one? Sam Darnold, we haven't even seen him play with the 49ers yet. I heard about him. I've seen him in a couple of games, but I don't know that he should be given all that much love. The best thrower the 49ers have ever had. Is it really?
No, he cannot say that, because if say something does happen that Sam Darnold plays and he loses all the games that he's playing,
is he still the best?
Then what?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then now he's gonna look stupid. Now he's gonna look, because he said he was the best. When you're the best player, you're supposed to win a lot of games.
Mahomes is a talented thrower, and he wins. But you know what? Josh Allen is the best example I can think of just an incredible arm. But he will get beat most of the time when it comes time to win those championships or anything else. So it has a lot to do more than just having a great arm. You got to have you have to actually be born a quarterback. I really think that now. You can work as hard as you want to, but that guy that's not doing much and he's winning, he's not working as hard as you. That means quarterback. There's something about that position that's really unnatural.
Yeah, and then plus, we end up getting the tight end that used to play with him. So he said some good things about him, and he said that Trey Lance is a hard worker, so you're gonna see a lot from him. Yeah. Because he's gonna have to prove a lot, so he's gonna work a lot harder to try to prove a lot of people wrong.
Yeah. And he worked on his. He's worked on his. Trey's been working hard all off season too. I mean, the form has changed. We haven't seen anything. Yeah. We'll see more in a couple of weeks though.
Yeah, and then plus I wouldn't want Nick Mullins back, because if I remember right, I've seen a Vikings game, and I think Kirk Cousins was doing really bad, so they put in Nick Mullins, they thought Nick Mullins was going to do a lot better, and he wasn't for a little bit, and then he started throwing interceptions, and then he started getting sacked. And then they're like, okay, no, I guess he's not going to replace Kirk Cousins.
You know, I can't believe about the Vikings. They got another quarterback, though. I can't believe they brought Nick. I guess Nick's experience. They got another quarterback they drafted 2 or 3 years ago that they won't let play.
Yeah, so it's it just depends on, if you get lucky and you get that hard worker, and then plus it looks like the way things are going right now, it looks like Brock Purdy, it looks like he's going on a good track right now. So
the reports are good every time.
Yeah. So that's that's a good thing to hear. And I think they probably just put Sam Darnold for insurance, just in case anything happens. Because we don't know what they're thinking, we don't know what they're doing. They probably do it as an insurance, like they did with Jimmy. He was an insurance. They couldn't trade him, so he was an insurance.
Yes, but Jimmy, they were trying their best to get rid of Jimmy. It just didn't work out that way. Jimmy, since you're here, okay, can you help us out here? So, but Sam Darnold, but with Sam Darnold, the difference is, Bethel, they went and got him. With Jimmy, they were trying to get rid of him, and things worked out the way they did. But with Sam,
but still, you still need a good backup, because look what happens when you have a good backup. Brock Purdy won all those games. We were not. If it was somebody else, we would have not made it that far.
You seen the guy we just got the other day, right? The guy from the Bengals,
number 8. Yeah.
So he's been available this whole time. Why don't you just go get him? And let
They probably didn't know a lot about him, and because remember.
Why get Darnold? You should just get somebody. You should focus on Trey and get somebody who just back him up.
Yeah, but remember because even we do it. When we're looking for a vehicle, we're looking for a car. Right. Oh, I want this car. I'll get it. And then later, I could have got me this better. But you pull the trigger, and instead of waiting. And then you miss out on something good, or you get it,
I know what you're saying. Just in case, and with the 49ers, just in case always happens. But the last few years, it can't go wrong, will go wrong. I mean, Murphy lives in the 49ers locker room.
How many times we thought that Fields, or that backup quarterback that we had, that we paid, I think it was like $2,000. We thought he was going to be the backup quarterback.
Nate Sudfeld.
And nope, and they got rid of him right away. Why? Because they seen that Brock Purdy was a good quarterback.
He got beat out.
They could train him. And he got beat out.
We gave his ass $2 million.
Yeah. He got 2 years in a row. Bethel, do you know the man made $4 million with the 49ers? He got $2 million the year before, and he got $2 million as he said goodbye. They guaranteed that money. Oh,
yeah, because other teams are looking for players that been playing with the Niners, and they go and you have to pay money. Yeah, because there's I think I forgot what year was it. There was a year that I remember that there was a guy that we wanted. And he would have went to the Niners, but he decided not to because of all the talent that we had. That's the reason that he didn't want to come to the Niners. And if you want somebody, you're going to have to pay him that more money just to have him in here.
Well, see, that's why I say Sam Darnold, he starts out with a $4 million base salary, and he can make up to $11 million. That's not normal, Bethel. That's my thing on that.
Yeah, but hey, once he signed the contract, if we have him, we have him. you know, it's, you know,
it's just too much money. $2 million is my, $3 million. The 49ers don't like to spend money. Just go get one of those other guys and let him, fill in, draft a quarterback, and let's.
Yeah,
just...
but you don't want the thing that happened in the championship playoffs to happen again, where that we thought was a good backup quarterback.
Okay, but
yep.
Josh was not
Look
supposed
what
to
play.
With him. I know, right? Josh is still hearing ringing in his ears, from what I understand.
You still need a backup quarterback a good backup quarterback to fill in. Imagine if he wasn't scared. Imagine if he didn't do what he did. We could have still won that game with him.
Bethel, I know. Scared. I agree. I'm still mad with him about that.
Yeah.
Bethel, we got to go.
That's why you pay the amount of money.
Yeah.
Okay, before I leave, I remember Atlanta Falcons paid $8,000 for backup quarterback.
I thought it was
just
10.
To keep him in the team. Oh no, actually the Raiders did. I forgot.
Oh, the Raiders
paid. Yeah, $8 for backup quarterback.
Yeah. Well, what is his name? Anyway, Tony knows. Tony said he packed up and left on him as the season ended last year when he got taken out of the game.
He signed with the Eagles.
Yes. We got to go, Bethel. I'll see you Sunday.
All right. Hit the like and let's go Niners.
Thank you, Bethel. Night, fam. All right, let's give Alex Jones. Alex, you get one warning. First of all, I do not condone any bigotry or anything like that. So if you do have that preference, that's fine. There's no need to put that out and some of the other things you're saying. So you get one warning, you'll be timed out, and then we'll say goodbye. All right? Everything else, talking trash about football is fine, but that's stupid. Don't do it. All right. Hey, yo, Alice. All right, let's give Alex Jones some time out. At least he comes back and does it, he's out. Okay. Alex, go ahead, fam.
It's trolling, huh? Alex Jones.
Just stupid.
What a name! What a name to pick.
To
be on there. That's just trolling.
I don't know. Why do people think they can come in and hang out with us? You know what? It worries me, Ellis. Why do people think they come in and play with us like this? It's really, why are these people here? This got started when? Years ago, huh? Because we beat their ass. That's what it is.
Well, they're protected. They're protected by the computer screen and the keyboard, Ronbo. We don't know.
Everybody's badass when you get behind the eye.
Yeah, so it just comes with territory.
Alice, this thing with Sam Darnold, and then you go with Pop in conjunction with what Pop said. Do you think the 49ers' mind is made up? Did they send Matt out there to soften people up? It's pretty interesting.
Is that what Pop was saying?
No, Pop was saying.
I thought I heard him talk.
He's saying hearing that the lean is going towards Sam because they don't think Brock was going to be able to survive a whole season anyway, no matter what, come back or not, right? But there was no. The way Pop was talking is they're not talking about Trey, and some of the things that. The ugly thoughts that we've been thinking about, the 49ers may have gotten over Trey, and they'll put him out there for the sake of going through the motions to compete for that spot. But they might have their mind already made up from what Pop was saying as far as Sam Darnold goes. So we'll see if that's all true, because a lot of this could be just speculation, rumors, and things like that. But, it's kind of weird. So that's why I said, come on, let's go, Trey. Come on. Look what they're trying to do to Trey. That ain't right. So we'll find out. But, Darnold having the greatest arm of all 49er quarterbacks in 49er history is pretty interesting. That's laugh. I know.
Man, I'm really surprised by Matt Mayoko. He's usually, he's got that Mr. Rodgers energy with his tone and how he talks. He's real calm and, it's very like
Mr. Rodgers.
Yeah, that was off the top of the head. Yeah, that just came to me.
That was good.
Naturally.
That's perfect. That is exactly accurate.
But that I was really surprised to hear him talk like that. They got to spice it up a little bit. I don't know him to be much of like a like a lot of the other writers and reporters where they just say shit. But this sounds like one of those moments where, you know, he's got to say some things pertaining to, you know, Sam Darnold to kind of, you know, just get things going, get the juices flowing, and
right.
just
That's
add
I was
to the
thinking. You were on
topic.
the same page, exactly.
Because he's pro Trey. He likes Trey a lot. He's, you know, so I don't think he would be trying to all of a sudden just start, you know, Sam Darnold all the way and let's, you know. But he's also neutral, but he does like Trey.
Yeah.
You know,
At least he used to.
He's been very
he
vocal.
talked about him all the time.
Yeah. So hopefully he hasn't, you know, just jumped ship and this is a product of that. But I don't want to hear any of that shit. Being the best 49er or passing quarterback of all time or whatever.
That's
49
Matt,
history.
I'm shocked. What are you saying?
That's a tall order.
I think Alex Smith was even better. Not even mentioning Joe Montana and Steve Young. Alex Smith was damned accurate. I mean, the dude was badass. He just couldn't get the same coach for 5 minutes.
Yeah, and you know he's in a prized position now. They paid him that money because it's a security blanket because just say hypothetically Brock doesn't come back or he doesn't, you know, he can't play or he gets re-injured. We're leaning on Trey, and say something happens to Trey hypothetically, and or he gets injured, and now we need Sam. You know, if we paid him with, you know, lint and buttons, with slim to nothing, then he would be less enthused to want to play, and he could hold out on him and say, no, I'm not playing, or you guys only paid me X amount, and you know the contract only states, you know, X, Y, Z. You know, he can he can cause he can cause a rift, you know, between the front office, and you know he can, you know, kind of hold up the process. We need a quarterback to play right now, you know, and he could say, well, you guys might need to go get somebody else because you guys only pay me this much. This is what the promises were, you know, and shit. I'm not getting paid to be looking at the Jimmy G situation last year, his contract was, of course, looking a lot better than what Sam Darnold's are with us. But, you know, Jimmy had an X amount. He got paid $350,000 every time, you know, there was a win while he was under center. And he wasn't able to fulfill that contract and those incentives. So it's something to kind of get him, you know, to get him locked in and, you know, like I said, a security blanket. They got to be able to pay somebody, you know, a good enough amount of money.
Ellis, but then again, can you answer this then? Why Sam Darnold? He's 20. What is he? 25. Sam Darnold does not need to sign a contract with the 49ers. I think he could have got signed by somebody else and maybe got a payday. You know, I think that incentive package, and then Kyle. See, I'd love to have been the fly in the room when Kyle was talking to Sam Darnold. And I want to know, what did you exactly tell Sam, Kyle? Because otherwise, if I'm Sam Darnold, I'm 25 years old. I ain't signing here just to be quarterback 3, guys. Thanks, though.
Well, at the end of the day, if you're getting paid that much money and you're quarterback 3, what do you have to complain about?
I know, right?
I mean, of course you want to compete, you want the opportunity, but you're getting paid not to. You're getting paid to kick it, and you're on one of the best teams in the NFL.
But so, you're 25, and you still feel like you can play quarterback. There's some guys like that. What's that guy? Nick Foles was like that. Nick Foles loved holding the clipboard for Andy Reid. I got such a, but you know, a lot of quarterbacks. There may be some.
The Panthers weren't going to re-sign him.
No, he could, but somebody.
He won how many games? He won 5 of their last 6 games. Why wouldn't they contemplate? Why wouldn't he have more of an opportunity staying with the Panthers? That's because they didn't really give a shit. They was ready to move on. Nobody was really going to look. Sam Darnold was not going to get paid to be a starter on any team next year, Ronbo. He's either going to be second or third string, no matter what.
So play
Let's be clear.
For the 49ers? Maybe.
Why not?
I'm just trying to weigh everything. But yeah, you could be right. And maybe he thought
because the players go down. Look what happened to us last year. Yeah. Look at what happened to us last year. It's like, hey, I can still get an opportunity, and even if I don't, I get paid. I get paid to be on, one of the best teams in the NFL. Whatever with the coaching and everything, and he has an opportunity to get better just being in the environment, just being in the room and being around these players and getting acclimated with something.
True. And he could have went to LA.
He could be more successful.
And he could have went to LA. Huh? Baker Mayfield's moving. They could have went to LA, I guess. The Hawks.
He would have been a second or a third string quarterback. True. He would have been behind Stafford, or he would have been a third stringer.
See,
he would have been competing with the rookie quarterback that they just signed.
Okay, Dallas, but that's what I'm saying. That amplifies my point. If he feels like he can start, that's where he's going to sign. I'm just thinking. I mean, I could be wrong, but let's see what happens next.
I don't doubt that he feels like there could be an opportunity awaiting, because there's, the uncertainty that they have going on that's been floating around Trey right now. It's as they said, it's Brock's job to lose. But if Trey comes in and he's taking no prisoners, then he'll be the third string, because Trey's the one that's got the shoe in with the offense. I mean, Matt's not going to learn. I mean, I'm saying Matt. Sam's not going to learn the whole offense in one summer. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's not going to happen. We're going to have specified packages for him. Trey is way ahead of him in more ways than one. So,
true.
He still has to come in and work.
And then Brock would become quarterback 3 upon Brock's return. So yeah, that's why I can't imagine him signing into that kind of a deal. It's only a 1-year contract though, so maybe.
That's what I'm saying. You get paid $4 million to sit down. I mean, Josh Johnson would do that.
I would too. I'm telling you, bro, Ellis, I'd do that in a heartbeat. $4 million.
Oh,
thanks,
third string?
Give me that. Is that a clipboard? Let me have that. I got it. All right, go ahead.
I don't need you coming out. You ain't hurt, are you? I'm encouraging the line. Hey, block for this guy, man. We got to keep him healthy. Come on now, all line. You know what I'm saying? No. I mean, I would want to play. I'm saying it jokingly that I would have no damn problem. Nobody here would have a problem getting paid $4 million to be the third string. Okay,
True.
Regardless.
True.
Your opportunity will come at some point. And
anyway.
This is a good segue, a good, a great organization to be a part of.
Because we get hurt, the quarterback gets hurt regularly. So yeah. Fam, we're gonna go, and I tell you what, I'll be looking for you Sunday like we always do. Gotta have Ellis, and shout out to that squad. And I'll look for you then, fam.
I appreciate it, fam. Yes, sir. Thank you. Appreciate you.
Always appreciate
Thank
you.
you for the platform. Shout out production.
Thanks,
yes,
man.
sir. And hit that like, subscribe. Shout out to Faithful, man. Don't bite the, don't bite the bait, man. This is just off season banter. You know what I mean? So gotta see what happens.
And the thing is, we have to put up. Rudy says Santa Clara delusional is amazing. Darnold info. Rudy, you go ahead and laugh. If Sam Darnold comes in and beats the Rams, in fact, we're going to beat the Rams. If it's Sam Darnold, Rudy, I can't wait to see that face. If it's Trey, I'm going to work you. Rudy, you set yourselves up for an ass whooping. I don't know why you do that to yourself. Thanks, Ellis.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers and Sean McVay must be related, because the faces they make after they lose to us, they look like fucking twins. Anyway.
Nice, fam.
Yeah. Anyway, peace and love, man. I'm out of here.
There goes Ellis. For that Faithful says, I can't wait. Next week, rookie minicamp starts. Yes. Oh, whoa. And Casey.
Ronbo.
Casey.
My man.
Yo.
How are you?
Is this a robot? You have to look at this. Look at the box, and which picture is standing sideways? Hey, Case,
Yo.
This is Matt Mayoko went buck wild yesterday when he said Sam Darnold is the most talented throwing quarterback the 49ers may have ever had.
He did not say that.
He did. He really did.
Say it one more time. What he said that Sam Darnold maybe what?
Is it? No, he didn't say it maybe. He said he is the most talented throwing quarterback of in 49er quarterback history. What's the matter, Matt? I've had faith in you all these years. What are you talking about, Matt? Oh my God! So
Bravo. I'm just laughing. Because I didn't know that it was Matt Mayoko. But that's why I called in, because I saw the thumbnail tonight. Rambo, I'm a big fan of the thumbnails. You got a great thumbnail game, Rambo.
I'm glad you appreciate it.
Tonight's title just had me captivated, coupled with the thumbnail of Sam Darnold in between Joe Montana and Steve Young. When the title says SF 49ers Insider.
I even think Alex Smith come on, Matt? Really? Come on, you go too far. You could have said anything but that. You don't need to bring in Joe and Steve and everybody else. Don't hurt. Because what would they say when they hear that? Well, yeah, okay, fine, if you think so.
No, Rob, I don't believe it. Matt Mayoko is seeing ghosts.
Well, like Pop said, they're laying the groundwork to ease us into a possible Sam Darnold generation. Because everybody's rooting for Trey just for that reason. What you guys gonna do to Trey, man? You guys, he got hurt. The 2-year window. I don't know, guys. You should be giving Trey a little more opportunity. And why did you bring him in here? You should have been focusing all your energy on Trey and get somebody in there serviceable. You don't need to get somebody that's going to come in and compete with him.
Ronbo, it's so good. It's so nice to be a Niner fan. We don't have to worry about any of our players this year. It's not Fred Warner or Nick Bosa or Debo in the news. It's not. We're talking about Sam Darnold here on Cinco de Mayo. What are we got nothing else. What kind of slow day in the news is this, Ronbo? There's nothing going on. Our players are solid.
Maybe
they're ready to go. They're hungry.
Throwing feed out to
they're going to run the NFC West again.
Let them eat.
Here we are talking about Sam Darnold, Ronbo. What is going on?
Oh God.
Oh man. I mean, if you think about it, Jason Stidham could never, right? No one would ever say something. Jared Stidham or whatever his name was.
It's not going to happen. I'm trying to understand why Sam. Well, that's something that's got me confused. Why Sam Darnold, Kyle? We already know you had a crush on him a couple of years ago.
And this is why it was so perfect for Purdy, because he didn't go through any of that off-season hype or remember a few years ago when the Rams were running the table in the regular season. I remember they were all the media was giving them so much attention and whatnot. This was before they won the Super Bowl.
I know, right? The media was all over the Rams jock, weren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, it was annoying.
Yeah, and they're interviewing Jared Goff like he's MVP and all this stuff, and that pressure, for Purdy just wasn't there. He didn't have to go through anything.
Yeah.
And just so happened that he was a 4-year starter in college. So
he's a golden boy now. I understand that on season ticket holders and things like that. The marketing team has put Brock Purdy up as the guy, I guess, on the billboard and all the photos and stuff.
I don't know how he's not. He's got the most tape. Look what he did. He got hurt, and then
that's a lot of games. You went all the way to the NFC CG. You're a rookie.
Yeah, it must have been tough being Trey.
Oh,
must have been tough being Trey at that point,
But he remained cool. He helped. Brock says one of the guys that helped him out the most the whole time was Trey.
Yeah. Remember that's. I'm really happy we're talking about this right now, because that's an angle I haven't really thought about. If Trey comes in and runs the table next year, more power to him.
Yeah.
I know what we have with Purdy, and I support Purdy right now as a starter. I wouldn't just put Trey in right now.
Well, yeah, Brock earned it.
But I don't know how it's going to go.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, I'm definitely not putting, Sam Darnold in. I'm here to talk about the San Francisco 49ers. So,
well, unfortunate case, Sam Darnold is San Francisco 49 now.
I know he's at the
Golden
Golden State Warrior game the other night and stuff. No, I know, and he's chilling with the CMC and Kittle, and I'm sure Sam. All jokes aside,
I forgot about that.
Very athletic.
Sam's hanging out.
He's a very athletic quarterback. I'm sure Kyle could make his grandmother a 4,000-yard passer in the NFL. That's the faith they have in the 49ers offense.
See, Casey, that's what I'm talking about. Kyle believes if we pay Nick Bosa a lot of money, Fred Warner, George Kittle.
It's just funny because it's Sam Darnold and Matt Mayoko. Here we are in May.
But the thing is, you pay everybody on the team but the quarterback.
Yeah.
Right? So that's the whole
one day
thing.
One day it's Grant Cohn and Kinlaw, and the next day it's, it's just the way the NFL works, I guess.
I know, right? There's so many things wrong, unfair about football, though, when you think about it. I mean, it's a high money thing, though. The gambling.
Well, I was really hoping. I was really hoping Kinlaw would have at least like 5 or 6 sacks last year. Really take it to Grant.
He's got to do better this year. 5 or 6 sacks.
Yeah.
I think just 3 or 4. That'll be enough. He's an interior lineman. I just want to.
Yeah.
I want to be known as the most violent man in the game.
Oh yeah.
Drawing
No,
2
I
or
mean,
3 guys.
he definitely looks the part, Ronbo. But when it comes to the whole gambling aspect, and Calvin Ridley, pretty sure that's his name, wide receiver. I hate that happened.
Oh man, that's really bad for him. They talk about screwing your career. In case we ran out of time.
Just on both sides of it, right? Yeah,
Oh,
it sucks for both, but anyway.
There's no shame when it comes to money, apparently. You know what? I was just kidding, but that's true. There's no
it's just because it's so
shame
advertised,
when it comes to money.
There's just so much until they start throwing in some cannabis commercials and whatnot. The NFL is just so demonized, Ronbo. Everything's sponsored by Bud Light and whatnot. I want something sponsored by cookies, damn it.
Right, alcoholic beverage is fine, but
the
don't be
Super
smoking.
Bowl brought to you by Thin Mint Cookies. Yeah,
hypocrisy.
It really is every year
all the time.
since I was a kid.
I know, right?
As a kid, it's been Coors Light and Bud Light, and
some of the most entertaining commercials of all time are beer commercials. In that
sure,
case, we gotta go, fam.
I just wish there was a little bit more green.
Wish
there was a little bit more green there.
Can't y'all see it Sunday?
It's a family show. Happy Cinco de Mayo, Ronbo.
Happy Cinco de
Mayo. I guess I'll catch you on Sunday.
Cinco.
Reverend Ronbo.
Thanks, fam.
My man.
Thank
Have
you.
a blessed night. Thank you, production.
You too.
Niner gang. Shout out Brunskill.
Hey,
Rest in
Bill.
peace, Brunskill.
Bye.
Good night. Good night, Case. Hey, yo, Bill.
What's up?
Bill. So, it's been decided that Joe Montana, Steve Young, anybody else that's ever played for the 49ers do not equal the talent and throwing ability of Sam Darnold, according to Matt Mayoko.
All right. Well, so far he hasn't shown it. How many Super Bowls has Sam Darnold got?
Good question. And
you can't say you're better than the greats if you ain't got a ring.
Yeah. See, that's. Yeah. Matt's a Bay Area writer. When did you get a chance to study Sam so closely?
I put it like this. If he's going to step up and claim that, he better get up and live to that, because if he comes in and ends up, what was that quarterback before Garoppolo we got?
C.J. Beathard and Nick Mullins?
No, before them.
Before C.J.?
No, it was the quarterback that was drafted. I think he was a Ram, if I remember. Another Ram.
If he was a fail, he probably most likely was.
He was good in Missouri in college.
You're talking about the guy that couldn't stay healthy. Sam.
Yeah, I think I got to look up his name. I will compare him to him. A bust.
Good.
He became a bust. He couldn't. That's why we had to go get Jimmy Garoppolo, because he couldn't live up to the hype. And
no, that was CJ and Nick. When they got Jimmy, they got Jimmy.
No, it was before. I don't know. Was it? Did we have him when we had Coach Shanahan, or was it around the Chip Kelly?
Shanahan came in with Hoyer, and he drafted CJ, and they picked up Nick as a undrafted free agent.
I didn't think he was the quarterback for the Mr.
Sam
Pringles
Bradford.
dude.
Thank you, Mike. Yes, Sam Bradford. We never had Sam Bradford though.
No, it wasn't Sam Bradford. It was the other dude. God, I can't think of his name. He was a good Missouri quarterback. We happened to got him. I thought he would be good, and he turned out to be a bust.
You got me on that one.
I have to go back and scroll and look at the quarterbacks.
Yeah. But anyway, make your point though? What is it? What were you going to say about the connection with that quarterback?
I compare Sam Bradford, or whatever his name is, to him. He's claimed that he's better than all the greats.
Wait a minute. Wait. We just got your answer. Blaine Gabbert went to Missouri. That's right. Blaine
Gabbert. That's his name.
That's the Harbaugh
Mr.
hero.
Gabbert is compared to the quarterback that claims he's better than the greats. Until you can get a ring, you will be a Blaine Gabbert to me. You are no better than Mr. Blaine.
Blaine Gabbert was hell at Missouri, though. He got ruined because the Jags, I think, drafted him. Yeah, they put him in too soon, and they just beat him up worse than they beat
That's
CJ
where he
up.
went, Jacksonville. You're right. He didn't end up at the Rams. He ended up in Jacksonville. You're correct. But you know, it's. I don't want him to compare himself to be the greats. I mean, there's no room for that. I mean, you know, until you could get a ring, don't go out there flapping your gums, claiming that.
Yeah, just say
you're this, that.
Yeah, just say he's a very talented thrower, but don't be the greatest quarterback the 49ers have ever had, Matt. God, that's too much. That is too much.
No. I'm sorry, but no. You gonna now? I'm gonna expect you to win 14 to 15 games and get us a Super Bowl this year.
You're the greatest
claim you're
of all
the
time.
great.
Yeah.
You need to beat out CJ. You need to beat out
Joe,
Trey Lance, and Brock Purdy. You need to beat those two quarterbacks out, and you need to be known as the great. Now I expect nothing but great from you, my guy. If not, you're a Blaine Gabbert.
Well, Matt.
Bye.
Matt's got to throw a party and treat everybody to pizza, because you know what? That was really outrageous of a statement. So, you know, that's just God.
He better live up to the hype. If you claim you're better than all of our quarterbacks, including Mr. Tom Brady, then you better get more rings than Mr. Tom Brady. I'm okay. If you can take a pay cut like Tom Brady and get us rings, I'll be satisfied.
Now, the thing is, he didn't say that Sam was better than those quarterbacks, but he did say Sam was the most talented thrower the 49ers have ever had.
No.
You know, there's a difference between being a really talented thrower and the best the 49ers have ever had. There's two different things. To be a winner is another story, but to have the best talent as a thrower, I need to look at Sam Darnold closely, because as soon as the season opens, I'll say, what is Matt talking about when he says that? Because it could be misunderstood. And I'm pretty sure it is, because Matt Mielko is not an idiot. He just makes bold statements like that, but normally not to this extreme. So I'm thinking he meant something else.
You better live up to the hype, because I want some Super Bowls out of it. If you're going to claim you're better than all Joe Montana, that means you better get more than 4 rings.
So that's the way I look at it. If you're that good, you should be as good as those guys, or achieve the same what they did. You got a great unit to work with, as they did. So okay. So does that mean we can assume we're going to the Super Bowl? provided he doesn't get hurt.
Sam Darnold, I'm going to stamp us to a Super Bowl, since you said it. No, actually, Sam Darnold stamped the 49ers to the Super Bowl. Now, if we don't make the Super Bowl, does that mean you get traded, Sam?
No. Sam's only got a 1-year contract. He just walks. Now, that's the thing. If,
all right, that means you walk to the Rams to where they fell every year.
And that'd be fun. Bill.
Yeah.
You know what the quarterbacks are doing. You know, if Sam should come in and have just a blockbuster year. I mean, the guy goes all the way, and he does get the ring. But Brock Purdy, who was meanwhile healing up, is still waiting in the wings at a minimum salary. I'll bet you right now, Bill, because the 49ers are starting to worry me with this. I'll bet you right now, Bradford does not get re-signed and enter Brock Purdy.
I already know that the dude's a goof, so let him go ahead and let's get some hype out of it. You want to sell the card? Let's sell it. We're going to win a Super Bowl with Sam Darnold, because Sam Darnold said we're going to win a Super Bowl. So we're the faithful.
Bill,
we're going to believe you. It's otherwise.
Bill, no, Sam never said it. Matt Mayoko said it.
Well, Matt Mayoko said Sam's going to win a Super Bowl. So, Matt Mayoko, this is on you. He's better than the greats. That means he's going to get us a Super Bowl, because Joe Montana has 4 rings. Steve has 3. So, 1 as a starter. So, please, okay, let's see. Let's see if he lives up to your hype, Matt Mayoko. If not, we ought to be mad at Matt Mayoko for not winning.
No, Matt, I would have been fearful to make a statement like that. So, if Sam comes in and poops in the bed, this is going to be pretty funny. And especially if he's out there making just ridiculous shots at his receivers. So we're going to find this is going to be funny. First thing everybody's going to say, Matt, what is that, Matt? What is that? You know, so we'll see.
But let's ride it through the year. Let's see. I'm going to be watching, and I'm going to be okay. If we lose, I'll be like, Matt Mayoko, here's the first loss. Matt Mayoko, I'm going to call you out. So if we win, then I'll tell you what. If Sam Darnold wins us a Super Bowl, I will eat some sardines, which I don't like.
You know what?
I can't stand those.
Bill,
I don't even like them. But here's the deal.
Oh, God. Go ahead, because we're
it's not happening. But I want to see Sam Darnold beat the Cowboys. That would be funny. Sam Darnold beat the Cowboys in the championship.
Listen, Bill, what we have to really keep in mind, Sam Darnold's not playing with a dysfunctional team like he has been the last couple of rounds for him. I want to see exactly what that means. Now, everybody's saying, well, he played with too many coaches. He's had too many different systems. He's had bad crews around him. Now you're coming to what would be considered an elite team. Now.
We'll see.
Yeah. Bill, let's see you Sunday. And
but see, the funny part about it is, at least we're better than them Cowboys.
Well,
hey, Texas boy, I'm calling you out. You're still never going to see a Super Bowl win. You made 49 a shout out.
Big Bill. Always fun, Bill. And here he comes. And Tony, get in here.
Oh,
Tony.
What's up, Ronbo? How you doing?
Tony's having fun talking football. You know, I'm thinking this season. I got to pay more attention. NBA and Major League Baseball. Do any organizations or any professional sports, maybe World Cup football? But the thing is, go through some of the drama, the scenarios, the little offside shows that are going on that they do in football. Well, maybe
because the Super Bowl
NBA too.
Halftime are the best.
Say again?
The Super Bowl halftime shows are the
best. You know, I'm talking about the antics that are surrounding players in the offseason. You know, Aaron Rodgers is the biggest drama queen in football, no doubt about it. But there are second and third and fourth place people. These probably been going on forever. Social media and the ability to broadcast everybody's activity is probably what brought a lot of what we're seeing. It's probably been going on for a long time. But now, can you imagine if the cameras were everywhere and media writers had access to everything that was going on everywhere? Some of the things that would have been said about some of all-time favorite players, some of the trash that would have been dragged in that we probably never found out about, will never find out about?
I was just thinking that, Ronbo. I was just thinking if social media was going on back the 85 Bears, the 49ers, back in the day, the Redskins, Lawrence Taylor.
Yep.
Lawrence Taylor wouldn't be able to play as long as
LT.
Yep.
And Tony, you probably remember too, man. I seen LT wiping his nose on several different occasions. That's why when people talk about how great he was, yeah, y'all don't know, man. LT was a good football player, but LT, when that was before performance-enhancing drugs, cocaine was not considered one of them. Okay, but it should have been.
I'll tell you another good football player. Played outside linebacker like LT. He only played 5 years, but he was a hell of a football player. First-round draft pick of the Dallas Cowboys. I don't know if you probably never heard of him.
Oh, the one that talked trash all the time. I know that. What's his name?
Thomas Hollywood Henderson.
Yes. Boy, Hollywood
he was a good football player.
Ooh, yeah,
he made a lot of big plays in those 5 years.
He was blitzed out most of the time. And one time he had an interview.
Ronbo.
I realized, even as a kid.
Yeah, he had an interview. He said he was on cocaine in Super Bowl 13. He said it now, right? To me, that's still the best Super Bowl of all time. He said, look at the film of Super Bowl 13 and look at him and look at his hip. You're going to see a little bitty flash taped onto his belt, and you can see it.
Hollywood, that boy he had no shame, but that dude, boy, he could play. I mean, that time he went slam dunked that football over the goalpost. Do you know how high that goalpost is?
That was the 78 NFC Championship in L.A. against the Rams. Against the Rams. He intercepted Pat Hayden. Ran it back.
Oh.
Yep.
But you know,
Ronbo, I got a question to ask you about. You guys signed journeyman backup quarterback. He's not that old Kyle Allen. What's up with that? Is that Camp Bait?
I thought he mentored Joe Burrow. How old is he? He does look young. I didn't pay much attention.
He's probably about 29, 30. Y'all signed him. I think
I know. He's supposed to be there just for Camp Arm right now.
Yeah, because he played for Carolina, Cincinnati. Because I remember he played for Carolina because we intercepted him twice. One of them for a pick six. We did a zone blitz on him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Camp Arm. He won't make it past the cut. But yeah, that's. I think that's the story on him. We needed him. We're gonna have to. The fourth quarterback was so we can have three. 1, 2. Yeah, so we have at least three.
I was going to the draft, and I see you guys drafted 2 tight ends.
Yeah, two.
Draft. Yeah, you drafted. You already know about the first one. You drafted that kid out of Alabama, which I don't know much about. Cameron Latu.
Oh yeah, Bama. Who do we? Latu, yeah. Who's the other guy? I'm asking Tony. I've gotten over it because I've been doing a lot of things. I haven't been looking back at the list to get these guys memorized. It always takes me about week 3 before I know who they are. As far as the players.
Cameron Latu was the 3rd round pick, 101st pick. Y'all drafted. According to what I got here, he was the 7th best tight end in the draft. But the other guy you drafted was the 20th best tight end in this log I have here. Braden Willis out of Oklahoma. You drafted him in the 7th round. Your 247th pick.
Braden Willis. That's right. I do remember reading a little bit about him, and I said to myself, why you got 2 who's leaving? The 49ers aren't going to draft all them tight ends and throw them all in the garbage after they draft them. Somebody's.
Did y'all have Croft?
Who? Croft. No, Croft left a few weeks ago. Yeah, he's out. You can't miss all them.
He used to be good, man.
Was he?
When he was with Cincinnati. Yeah. He had this injury. I think he not Achilles. He tore his shoulder or something.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't the same. He was good with Cincinnati for a couple of years.
Because Croft missed some passes that were very questionable. I said, with a little more effort, Croft makes that play. Everybody, you blame the quarterback, but Croft, you got to go after the ball. That was no effort. And then the famous missed block on Riddick coming around that corner and breaking Brock's arm. So they said Croft. They told him goodbye.
You're going to hear me say this. I'm going to tell you this right now.
Go ahead.
It's not a shot at Aaron Rodgers, but Green Bay going to be better without him. Ronbo was looking through their draft. They drafted. They drafted those two kids last year: Romeo Dobbs, the wide receiver out of Nevada in the 4th round, and Christian Watson from North Dakota State in the 2nd last year, right?
Yeah, Watson.
They also drafted a kid this year who was really good at Michigan State in the 2nd round this year, Jaden Reed. He's pretty good. I saw him in Michigan State. They also drafted a wide receiver in the 5th round. I don't know much about this kid, though. Dontanian Wilkes out of Virginia. Okay. And, Ronbo, they drafted 2 of the top tight ends in the draft. They drafted Luke Musgrave. You and I both know about him out of Oregon State in the 2nd round.
Yeah, I wanted him. Because Kincaid is good, but Kincaid, all he does is catch. Musgrave does. He's a better workhorse, yeah.
And they drafted that Tucker Craft kid. That's a huge guy out of Division II South Dakota State. He's about 357 pounds. He had 65 catches, but that's in Division II.
Wait a minute. Whoa. He weighs how much?
360. I'll let you know right quick here.
And what position?
South Dakota State.
Wait. What position did you just say? Tight end.
Tight end. Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, Ronbo. I'm wrong.
Okay.
255.
Okay.
255. He's 6'5", 255.
As I said, I want to see this.
He had 65 catches for 760 yards last year. So they got 2 more tight ends. So they lost that Robert Tonyan. So Green Bay's gonna be just fine. Green Bay just got younger. That's all they did.
Yeah. And Aaron Rodgers, can you imagine having him in your organization and you're in the front office and every few minutes you see a notice on your phone because you probably find out about these things about the same time as everybody else. And Aaron's making headlines. And I would say, God, Aaron, just can I have one night, Alan? That's all I ask. One night could I sleep in peace. I could turn my phone off, but I want to know exactly what's going on. And Aaron, you're always at the front of the news. How come? I thought he'd really piss me off.
I think he's going to turn it down now, Ronbo. I think he's going to tone it down now. You know why?
Because he's getting his way.
Now because he's in New York. You know how that media is.
He doesn't know how good he had it, though. You know the New York media.
Yeah, I know. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron. God.
He's kind of quiet. He can cut his hair. He's going to be at OTAs. I'm like, what?
Wait. Did you see Aaron got a haircut? And
he's got a haircut, yeah.
Because he's been the rebel without a cause for this whole time. Now he's
going to get conservative.
Did he shave? Is he getting conservative on us now?
Yeah, he did that too. Yep.
I gotta go see it just because you said it. I can't believe it. And you're gonna stop with the stuff? I can't. Well, he's got to. He's a happy man. Tony.
Maybe he saw the light. Maybe he saw the light from that dark cave retreat.
I've never heard of that until this year.
Yeah.
That place really exists.
I've never heard of that either, Ronbo. That's some satanic stuff.
You got to be a certain kind of person to even know about that place existing, right?
Exactly.
And what did you go?
Ronbo, I'm mad at the Jets. They're pissing me off because they signed Randall Cobb. They're holding Denzel Mims and Corey Davis hostage. You got to cut them. You're not getting them from let them go so we can pick them up.
Is that right? But the thing is that they brought Randall Cobb over there. I said, Aaron, you really you are special. I understand you want all your guys.
And they signed Alan Lazard, the former Packer. They paid him $33 million. And that was a bad move in 3 years. He's not worth that. Corey Davis is better than him.
Yes, in fact, that's true. Lazard he's a second or third, a low second or third option. You don't need to pay Allen all that money. The Jets got money
now,
though.
3 years, $33 million. Yeah, and then the only signing I will give them, they shook up their receiver roster. They signed McCole Hardman from Kansas City. That was a good move.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
receiver.
Yeah, Nicole ate us up. I mean, he ate our lunch last year. But Nicole Hardman came around that corner 3 times on a play that we misread. I do not understand how in the world that play worked every single time they work it. Nicole Hardman must be blazing fast. I know he's a 4.3 guy, but he may be faster than that because Nicole scampered around that corner into the end zone twice. I said, D'Amico,
yeah.
Somebody, what is wrong? So anyway.
The Seahawks did draft some defensive linemen, Ronbo. I know I said they didn't, but they did as I was going through my study. And I forgot, too, they signed, what is that guy's name? They signed a defensive tackle from Denver in free agency, early in free agency. He's pretty good. But I still don't think they're going to be able to stop the run. They signed Mike Morris from Michigan in the 5th round. Pick 151.
Your first-year picks, normally the game is a little quick for them. So they're not going to be ideal against the run anyway. It's going to take a while.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, the Hawks, they're going to be competitive, though. Pete Carroll, I hate to say it, is a damn good coach. He'll get them ready.
Yeah, they started to draft well. This is 2 years in a row they had good drafts. 2 years in a row.
And that in itself is unusual. Tony.
Unusual.
Tony, I always appreciate you, Tony. I'll be back Sunday looking for you. You know this.
Yeah, and we had it wasn't a chat. It was just a little vid talk yesterday talking about should we bring back Julio Jones. I said absolutely not. We signed him to a 1-day contract so he can retire. Retire.
Julio will probably still beat out a lot of wide receivers, though. I seen a special on your boy Michael Vick. I thought about you the other day. Michael Vick has still got some records that are standing out. But anyway.
They love, man. But Ronbo, we'll talk about that Sunday. I don't want to talk about Vick.
I know you don't. Vick, every fan is giving Tony a hard time about Vick. All right, Tony. I'll see you Sunday.
All right, take care, sir.
You too, fam. Hey, Charles.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, I understand that D'Amico has been in the gym and he's put on a few pounds, and he's actually got a new book on how to gain weight and confidence at the same time.
D'Amico. So D'Amico?
D'Amico, yeah. I'm sorry, not D'Amico. Demo. Diamador.
Yeah, we just drafted his replacement. You know that.
He can't do it. He can't touch Demo.
Yes, he can, man. Man,
Charles, this offseason's going to be fun, man. I'm telling you right now, I can't wait. Every time Demo does something special. Oh, look at Charles. Just took a hit. He don't. Oh, there he goes. Charles, where you at, man?
Well, look at what Grant Cohen says about D'Amico, about Diamador. What's his last name?
Lenore.
Look at what he says in training camp. When training camp starts up, he's going to be right there. He's going to be writing reports about who's getting burnt
and watching Demo.
Hey,
man. Charles.
I'll tell you. So this new kid that we just drafted, man, he's going, like I said, he's going to take over that spot opposite Ward, and he's going to make us better.
Oh, you're talking about Brown, but Brown's a safety. Yeah. You know what though? I understand that he can't play more than one position in the DB, so maybe. You talking about
we signed that kid. Well, we signed that kid out of Atlanta, the kid that was playing with Atlanta last year. We signed him to play the slot.
Slot corner. He's a slot corner, though. He's not. They don't put him. The Falcons tried to put him outside, and he got beat up. He's good in the slot,
though. But okay, I'm done. We're gonna wait and see what happens with that cornerback position, but. That's how I believe it's gonna happen. But Ronbo, it seems like every year, we have the draft, the main draft, and then we have the unsigned free agents. I know this is not the topic at hand,
It's okay.
but since we already talking about Demo, we might as well talk about these outstanding unsigned undrafted free agents that we signed. I mean, these guys. It seems like that's the real draft.
They do look exciting when you read upon their resumes. You're right. This kid we just picked up, that wide receiver, that boy's got accolades.
Yes. Oh my God! I saw his tape. I said, man, how did he go undrafted? That kid out of Marshall. Man, the kid out of Marshall he reminds me so much of McCaffrey.
Oh, running back.
So
that's why they got him. The 49ers are always going to get that kind of running back from here on out. You got to be able to catch the ball out of the backfield.
He reminds me so much of Marshall Faulk.
Yeah. McCaffrey's just a light complexion, Falk. This is why that's going to become the norm now. Running backs are going to have to learn in high school, whenever they can start, learn how to play out of the backfield, and you got a better shot at making the pro level.
And then that right tackle. The right tackle everybody's been talking about. They got the one that bench 40 reps.
Oh, Joey Fisher. Man,
Joey Fisher. Oh,
I cannot wait to see if he's going to be as dominant.
Man.
Because when he was playing with at his school, they weren't. He's like playing a bunch of little kids for him.
Yeah, but you know what, man? I want to see him go up against. I want him to go up against Bosa. If he can handle Bosa, oh my God, we have a steal in the draft. If he can out physical Bosa, man, he can. I'm telling you, he's going to take over that right tackle spot.
But what he might, he's going to have to deal with finessing. Now, Bosa's the kind of guy that can finesse you. If he doesn't do a great job against Nick, I won't be surprised, because a lot of edge rushers aren't just bull rushers. If you bull rush that dude, I don't care who you are, you're not going to win. That's what I like about him. So, but as far as getting finessed, Coach Forrester's going to have to work with him on that. It's all about footwork.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and he would, he will. I just, he's probably going to be in shape and probably going to, get some work done this summer before he shows up training camp. But I'm expecting, man, this season it's going to be great. Trey Lance is going to start the season off, and he's going to be throwing passes downfield. I don't know how this wide receiver room is going to shape out. We got 11 wide receivers. I mean,
how many do you think we're going to keep?
Man, maybe 6.
See, that's what I was thinking too. The 49ers really don't normally carry more than that, do they?
No, I don't know. Well, we're not carrying no more than 6. But when you see the talent, I mean, the kid that we drafted out of Michigan in the 7th round, I mean, he's a beast. I mean, between him and the kid that we just signed, the guy that's 6'4", 200 and
213, 250. I don't know why they draft. I know they want camp bodies. Yeah. Do they really? I'm thinking, if you drafted him, are you thinking can he possibly take somebody's job? Because
Well, yeah, I mean, but the kid from Michigan, whose job is he taking? I mean, he's just going to be on the practice squad.
Yeah, and you're gonna get
I
plucked.
mean, he's not taking. He's not going to be. We just picked up. We just picked up this vet. We just picked up a veteran. He's 6'3", 205 pounds. I forget what his name is. His name escapes me. Yeah, it was a veteran.
Okay, I got. You know what? I'll be ready with the list next time. I got to look more at what we're talking about here, because this I don't remember a vet. The kid we just picked up though is just an undrafted free agent. We're talking about you know about him, Isaiah Winstead. Well, we just picked him up the other day.
Yeah, I know about him, but
out of East Carolina.
The veteran that we signed a few weeks ago.
Wait a minute, I do remember
he's
this now.
yeah, he played with Jacksonville.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, what? Chad, help me out. What's his name? We just picked up that guy. Yeah. We got a lot of guys. And the first thing I ask is, who's losing a job here? Because Jawan Jennings and Ray McCloud are at the bottom of the totem pole.
Jawan Jennings. He's going to look how many drops he had last year, man. You know, he was dependable.
But look how many catches he made, Charles.
Jawan he made some big time.
Jawan.
Yeah, he made some big time catches at times, but he had some really bad drops. You know, everybody was like, man, what's going on with you? Now, the year before, you know, he was making some outstanding catches. Yeah. But you know, man, they Debo, he is a 49er. And Ayuk, he's great. But I know, everybody else, man, is
could be replaced.
Interchangeable. I just know. Man, I just know. And we talk about Danny Gray. We got Danny Gray. I mean, we need to get the ball
Charles
in the hands of Danny Gray down the field.
Charles, you know that guy you talk about that veteran? He's the guy. If Danny Gray does not, whatever he's doing, it's pissing Kyle off. He's got to make some corrections. That's all that is. And I have a feeling it's about blocking off the line of scrimmage. You know how Kyle is. So, that guy that we talk about, that we got, that veteran, he's a downfield threat. We'll see.
Oh, yeah.
Charles, we're going to run out of time, though, Charles. Always appreciate you, fam. Let me see you Sunday.
Okay, all right. Love you, Ronbo.
I love you back, Charles. Think about Demo. I'm sorry, D'Amico. No, Demo.
Demo.
All right, man. Me and Charles will have fun with Deion Menor this year. I can already tell. Bryant, get in here.
Hey, Mr. Ronbo, how are you?
Bryant, man, is sitting back here and talking football. How are you doing?
I'm super fantastic. I'm still walking around on cloud 9. You know who they took. You know who I'm excited about. You remember me calling in months ago. I've been pounding my chest for the guy that got him. It's really neat. Robbie Gould, he actually said, guys, go after him. I'm training him. It's really neat because Robbie Gould, he replaced Doug Bryan, the last 49ers Super Bowl kicker, who was drafted at the 3rd round. He went on to several teams. Robbie Gould got drafted by the Bears, and Doug Bryan was replaced by Robbie Gould. Now Robbie Gould's not necessarily being replaced, but he's leaving our team, and now we have a new kid. So it's kind of like the circle of life. He is being replaced, but he's being replaced with his, blessing, right? So I'm very excited. Bring on the Moody era. If anybody's still upset that they drafted a kicker, well, kickers are people too. And,
they're important too. That's the thing, right? Yeah.
They are, and if that puts you into a certain mood, well, I'm sorry if that makes you moody. Okay, well, but
Brad was a kicker, by the way. So if you're wondering why he's helping out here, is because he was a kicker. But he's right. I agree. When people say every year, we don't need a kicker, we're just going to score enough points, it's not necessary. Oh, my God, how long have you been watching a game of football? Of course you need a kicker. You're not going to score enough points. You always need that extra point. There's field goal situations that have to be met.
Yeah, can you imagine, the crowd can really be like, Moody going for 3, and so I mean, there's a lot of intangibles. It's fun.
And also, Brian, putting that ball in, and touchbacks help too. Stop giving that team the opportunity to return that ball. Put that ball out of reach. That's the best thing.
Yeah, and that's one thing too, is the guy can kick, he can kick off, he can kick field goals, and he can punt. So if something happened to Mitch Wisnowski, the guy could come in. But I know a lot of people are mad about the kicker, but I think we took him because we thought somebody was going to snatch him if we didn't take him.
Yeah, and we didn't have a fourth round.
I think it's funny that we took I think it's funny that we took a tight end, a blocking tight end. We didn't take a passing tight end. We took a blocking tight end.
You know why, though, Brian? Because George is getting up there now to the point where you're going to have to make him play the Kelsey role. Stop making him into an inline blocker and making him into that kind of workhorse. It's just too much. So I want to see George out there catching balls now.
Well, yeah, I want to see George run out and catch balls too, but if they didn't take a tackle rumble or an offensive lineman, it's really funny. It's nice to see them go after a blocking player.
Yeah.
Somebody that they think, okay, well, if we have to put him in on the line, maybe he could do something.
But Brian, you remember what he said about
But it all worked out for us.
Yeah,
It all worked out for us.
Yeah, it did. But you remember what Lynch said? He said that they couldn't. There was nobody in the draft at that point in round 3 that was any better than what they had. So I think that makes sense though.
And I like what because I watched what Kyle said too, and they just didn't like anybody at the necessarily draft pick. They didn't feel their value was correct. So we still ended up getting 2 tackles, with the undrafted free agents.
Yeah. Well, see, there's no risk in those guys. Yeah, but still.
No, there's no risk, but still there might be a lot of reward right there. So, if you don't necessarily have to take that position at need, that we all fans are saying, oh, you got to take a tackle. They took a kicker.
He was necessary. Bobby's gone. Who's going to kick? Zane Gonzalez is really unpredictable, inconsistent, and he gets hurt a lot. So,
So here's a question I had for a group of friends. Would you say that kicker would be ideally the only position that's going to be a starting position out of this draft class of ours?
Of course. Who's gonna compete
He
against
still
him?
has to win out. He still has to win out. He has to beat Zane Gonzalez. If Zane Gonzalez is growing, healthy this year, he should be able to compete.
Well,
but if he's healthy, he could be a trade target too.
Right, he's leaving. Right? Zane's gone. There's no way. Well, okay, there is one possibility. If he comes in and screws up in practice consistently and freaks out all the coaches, you're right. He could be leaving.
I agree. I think Moody's the guy. They drafted him to start, and ideally he's going to come in. He'll have to compete, and show them that they can, he can kick field goals, but they already know that.
And it can't be like Aguero.
Who else are you excited about? I like that guy, Jake Coletto, the fullback, the all-purpose tight end, quarterback / wide receiver.
Yeah.
Well, Jake Coletto came out of Oregon, and he can almost do it all.
Well, he can.
So I don't know if you've looked into him or not.
And defense. And don't forget about
he used
Joey
to play
Fisher.
linebacker.
Yeah.
Joey Fisher's cool.
Amazing.
He'll be cool.
Amazing cool. Of UDFAs.
Yeah.
I haven't finished looking at tape at all our guys. So I don't know, but I did.
You like Ronnie Bell?
Ronnie Bell. Bell. That's a veteran guy we got. Wait.
No, it's a Michigan wide receiver.
No, yeah, I'm mixing him up. Yeah, I like Bell. I like Bell for the fact that he's got size, and he also seems like a downfield threat.
Yeah, I think with this team, they're not afraid. Like last year, we drafted you, but we're not showing you love. If you can't compete, we're going to move off of you. So, maybe somebody like, I'm just going to say it, Juwan Jennings is a great player, like the other caller was saying, but he's had some drops, and he's not super expensive for them to move off of. So if they see like a rookie being a good player, I could see them doing that. And who's the other guy we got? Danny Gray?
Yeah.
He's not the biggest guy out there. So if they wanted to go bigger with wide receivers, I could see them moving off of him too if they could get a faster wide receiver. Or maybe it's just his attitude, or I don't know. I know that he had drops in college. I know he's fast, but he had drops and he doesn't block. So maybe that's his problem. I don't know.
Could be. But you're always going to get drops. I think that, Debo and Ayuk had some serious drops too. You're always going to get drops. You're not going to get any wide receiver bringing him in thinking you're not going to get him. He's never going to drop the ball. But can he play in Kyle's offense is the thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I know he's super fast, and I wouldn't like to see the Niners just move off of him. But like the other caller said, we have like 11 wide receivers. And how many wide receivers did we go in? How many did we go after just recently? I mean, like we signed 2 veterans just recently, and I think we got 2 in the draft. So not, and then we go. So it's going to be very, very fun to watch the wide receiver competition with no quarterback, right?
Well, there are. Let's see who it is. I mean, we got 3 now.
Yeah.
That can throw the ball.
Yeah. Now, and isn't that funny too? We go get a Panther quarterback, and then we get a Bengal quarterback.
Yeah. So it's
going to be. Are we going after cat?
Really interesting.
Are we going after kitty cat quarterbacks or something? I don't know. But no,
yeah, right.
I really hope Trey can.
That's a good. I didn't even realize that they're both cats.
Right.
Cats. Yeah.
I think we're going to be playing the Jaguars in London. What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. Are they on our schedule?
I think they are. And
yeah,
I know we're not
Jack
going
and
to
I
be
were
playing
talking
in
about that
Germany.
earlier. If the Jaguars and 49ers,
Yeah.
I think they would really love to put that match in London.
Yeah. I don't think we'll be playing in Germany. They already released that schedule. So
Okay.
I think we're going to be playing in London, and more likely we'll be the away team, I think. Or maybe we'll be the home team. I don't know.
You know what?
But I'll be looking forward to that.
I wonder who's. No, we'd have to be. The Jaguars are very popular.
That's what I'm thinking. We're going to be the away team.
Yeah.
But hey, Ronbo, thanks for having me on.
Hey,
and
Brian,
you know how to get a hold of me.
But before you go, Brian's got a broadcast going on now too. Brian, what's the name? How do people find you?
Okay, so I have a fun show in the mornings. It's called Bryant Cult. You just type in my name. I'm on YouTube. I've been doing small shows with different content creators and people like you who want to call in and have fun. We have a Saturday show, a Sunday show, and I've been doing Monday shows with guests, and it's a lot of fun. I have guests on the weekends. We have a panel. People call in. We get into different conversations, but we try to keep it 49er. But sometimes we get a little bit of life topics in there too. But
okay.
Check it out if you guys like, and I really appreciate it, Ronbo. Thank you so much. But more importantly, I can't wait for you can come on, and that's my big dream.
And it's gonna be.
And if you guys didn't know, didn't know, Ronbo was the first guy to get me on. We did a show back in 2014 or 2017.
That was so much fun.
And,
I remember Lily sitting between you.
From there, yeah. Since then, I've been bit, and I've been just having more and more fun with it. But again, thanks, Ronbo, and get a hold of me on the sidelines, and let's work out some stuff.
We got it.
But
do it. We got
everybody
to
hit the like button. Yeah, anytime. Hit the like button, everybody. Subscribe. Remember the good old days, the Red and Gold Radio. Shout out to the squad. We got we got everybody. Trey from VA and Trez and Big Show. The guys, and then everybody. Tony Nagataga, all the guys. Casey. Anybody who's called in, thank you. This makes Ronbo show so much better. And share and subscribe, and shout out to MC and Nighthawk. Where are you at? And Yao Ming, and you guys know who I'm talking about. You guys are all great. So
you're great,
Ronbo.
Brian.
You got so many characters, man. I mean, I can't wait for the season to get started because I know more and more people come in during that time. But and shout out to the chat, Chris Hansen, Jim Everett. We see you guys. Beto, everybody. So you guys, interacting. The chat's always fire. I appreciate you, Ronbo. You just keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks,
and shout out to everybody. Remember, kickers matter. And Ronbo, have a good night. Talk to
You too,
soon.
Brian. Give my best to the family. There he goes.
All right, bye.
Bryant Culp. Check him out. Type in Bryant, and in Culp is CULP. Bryant, BRYANT. JJ. Yes, Brock.
Oh my gosh, Ronbo. Check me out in the bathroom. Check me out in the shower. Check me out in the.
Bryant's good people. Stop it. JJ.
I know.
JJ's having fun. If you don't know JJ, he's a Big Show. And I mean, I saw Big Show a few minutes ago. I thought he was lined up ready to come in, but JJ probably got him.
Ronbo,
You're always hard on him.
I'm hard on him every day, Ronbo.
I just saw that you were on, and I just called in. I have absolutely nothing to talk about.
Hey, well, you should.
I didn't think you were going to answer.
No, let me tell you, Matt Mayoko. The reason this shows the theme behind this program was I couldn't stop laughing. I kept reading it over and over again. I thought there was something wrong with my comprehension skill or something. So Matt Mayoko says, "Yep, Sam Darnold could be the most talented. Not could. Sam Darnold is the most talented thrower." He was on KNBR when he said this. Sam Darnold is the most talented thrower the 49ers have ever had. I just, wait, okay, what does he mean? I just couldn't figure it out. We've had some explanations tonight. He didn't say the best quarterback of all time, but he said the most talented thrower of all time.
Mayoko's got to be in his 50s, right?
Yeah, at least.
What the hell is he smoking?
I know. I don't know what's going on with Matt. I can't believe he said something like that. That's a very loaded statement. Because everybody's going to speculate. What does he mean by that? I mean, I can't be the only one thinking like that. And then some people on Twitter say, "Oh, Rob, don't blow it up out of proportion." He is a talented thrower. I mean, Montana and Young, those guys, he didn't say the best quarterback. I said, well, okay, yeah, that's true. So
Young still holds the record of touchdown passes in the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
it's been over 30 years.
Right? You need to be a good thrower to do that, right? You mean to tell me?
Yeah, it's strictly accurate.
Yeah, you mean to tell me that Sam can do better than that? I mean, I'm tying it together.
You know what?
No.
I hope he does.
I do too, but
I hope he does.
Wow.
I'm not gonna lie. I was excited when we got Darnold. I mean, I know a lot of the Trey haters or Jimmy haters hate it. I mean, they said they just want at this point. They just want to be right. They don't care about wins. I think Darnold is actually going to shine in this offense, Ronbo. I mean,
yeah,
I can't wait to see it.
I kind of believe you can't. How many quarterbacks? Remember Alex Smith, when Smith had all those different changes in quarterbacks and new offensive schemes. A quarterback cannot grow like that, and you got to feel like if he could get into one program and stay with it for a while, he'd probably look at Andy Reid. When he went with Andy Reid, all of a sudden Alex Smith is just beating the hell out of everybody, right? I mean, they lost in the playoff games, but that wasn't all his fault. So we'll see what he looks like.
Alex Smith he always had the weapons around him. He just you guys are going to get mad at Jimmy. I'm surprised nobody was mad at Alex.
People were mad at Alex. That's why as soon as Cap came along, people could okay, thanks, Alex. That's it. We went 13-3 with Alex though that first year.
Yeah, let's see, Romy. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm a strong believer in if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's why I was like, what are you doing with Trey? Why did you do this? But I wasn't a big believer in Cap either until that Green Bay game, and I was like, oh shit, all right, sit down, Alex, you're done.
Cap was so much fun though. But every time he get a touchdown, I just lose it, man. Cap, what do you do? What do you see? What is that? I've never seen a celebration like that. He's kissing his bicep. That really rocked me. I loved it. And running, God, it was fun to watch him run. That was one of the smoothest running quarterbacks ever. And once he got into stride, he looked great running. Form, floating off the ground on every stride, it looked effortless. Look at that dude fly. Remember that game against the Chargers that year when he went coast to coast?
The 198 yards.
Wow, look at Cap. And that smooth, beautiful strides. The Chargers the distance was created between Cap and them was just getting larger and larger. God, that was a gorgeous run. Woo!
Watch out, Ronbo, because Big Show's going to get on you because he can't stand Cap.
I know. But Cap could run. And the Packers got to still hate him. But anyway.
Well, the Packers hate us in general.
To begin with, I know.
I still have that recorded, that messed up punt that got us back in the game.
Oh,
man, that was funny.
These things are going to happen, And if that wasn't
You're
bad
going pretty
enough,
late tonight, Rob.
Yeah, I know. We are going pretty late. We're going to knock off here. Tell you what, Jay, what else you want to add?
I don't know what else you got. Like I said, I just saw you on. I was like,
I feel
Ronbo's still on.
I feel like I'm
What
getting ready
the
to sell JJ a car. Listen, I got one over here that I don't show everybody. I want you to check this out. As soon as he says that, I've been through every used car dealer spiel, and you notice they never forget your name. From the beginning to the end, they just know your name. They just that's an art form to me. Guys, showing you every car. Yeah, that's probably not my style there. Let me get something else. You know what I really want? I want something I get into and I just immediately feel. I mean, I want that car to embrace me. Listen, I got. You know what? We're just getting started here. Let me show you this one right here. All right, that's when I learned to stop buying used cars.
Baller, bro. Well, honestly, I have no clue what's going on right now. Like for the most part.
Yeah.
I mean, I the last caller said, I guess we have a lot of wide receivers now.
11.
We picked up some new wide receiver or what?
We haven't had
11.
That many. Yeah, we haven't had that many in a long time.
Holy shit.
We got a lot of tight ends.
Need more running backs. You know,
we
Shanahan
got lots of
goes through
those
running
too.
backs left and right.
We got 90 something people now. So you got an abundance almost in every position. We got linebackers that are not going to make it too. But we gotta have a camp, and it's a big audition.
We need like 7 quarterbacks.
We got 5. No, we got 4. Well, you know,
Do we 5?
No, I'm kidding. Brock's out. We got 3 that are healthy. And Josh Johnson has been. I understand Josh Johnson has been calling back and apologizing and asking for it. Could he have one more shot?
I couldn't believe. At that point, I would have taken Hoyer. That was the worst performance I've ever seen.
You and me both. At least Hoyer wouldn't have freaked out. God. Anyway.
I was actually pulling for Trey to come back, but I didn't know how bad his foot was.
Yeah, he didn't get. I thought he got. Did Trey get cleared a couple of weeks after the NFCCG, or was he? They just didn't talk about it.
Now, this is like way after I come to find out. I was like, oh, guess he didn't go in for a reason.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, he'll be going in now. He's going to compete against Sam. Mrs. Darnold's baby boy is coming in trying to take this. Let's see what he does.
I'm going to ask you, Ronbo, who do you want to win?
You know,
I know you ain't going to answer.
No. It really is a question I don't want to be bothered with right now. Let's wait and see, and then let the 2 of those guys speak for themselves. But I'm actually in Trey's corner because I feel like, man, you know, he got drafted. He's been trying. He's made some adjustments in his game. He really wants that spot. And, everybody, quarterbacks get hurt. You know, that's why I said, okay, Trey, give him hell, kid. So we'll see.
Ronbo, that spiral that they threw, I can literally do that exact same spiral.
You know that kid. I want to change it. You need to make a video.
I play quarterback. I was going to. I honestly wanted to. I still might. It's not that hard. You know, all you're doing is throwing the ball to somebody. You're playing catch. It's not that hard. Stop.
Yeah.
Calm down.
That's yeah. And put a little
And
arc
he's doing
in
it at home. Ooh.
Yeah. You gotta have a rush. And also, can you hold on that form even under pressure? We'll find these things out soon. All right, JJ.
He's already nervous as hell, Ron, but you see his hairline.
I know. You put a hat on the next day too.
Where's Norm?
He's real self-conscious.
I'm already used to Norm talking about John Lynch's hairline.
Norm, where you at, man? We miss you. JJ, your guy and mine is on the phone. Let's go see what Big Show's got to say, and I'll see you Sunday, okay? Oh, Big Show left.
All right,
he knew we were waiting on him.
What a
Show!
schmuck.
Come on,
He's
Show!
He's going to hit me up in 2 minutes, too. Come on, Show, get on. Wiener.
All right, JJ. I'll see you Sunday. Be careful out there. You on the road?
All right, add me. Yeah, I'm on the road right now. Keep hitting you up. You won't add me no more. I think you're shy or something like that.
Wait, who?
On Instagram, you won't add me back.
All right. You know what? I have not checked. I go on Instagram with I'm sending funnies out. Instagram is like I don't frequent as much as Twitter because the Rams people I call them team sports for mayor, have been occupying my time. I can't wait to get at their ass. Yeah, get a Twitter account.
That's what I've heard. I hate Twitter.
You didn't know. Anyway, I'll come on to do that right now. Are you using your name? What name are you using on Instagram?
Just mine, the one I have right here.
Okay.
The goofy one.
All right. So I'll go get Barack.
You're not gonna add me.
No, I will. Just because you said it. I didn't know you were. I didn't know
I'm
you were.
joking.
No, you were looking for me. I'm really dragging ass on Instagram. I should get more active on there. I'm sorry.
It's not a big deal, Rob. I'm just messing.
Anyway, Jay, you're my dude, man. I'm gonna get you. All right. I will talk to you later. See you Sunday.
All right, bud. All right, man.
Night. There goes JJ. And fam, we're gonna go. As I didn't even know we were running the show that long, but I will see you Sunday. Let's see what comes up next. Should we start talking about the 53 and start making what estimations on players we know nothing about? This is why when I see other podcasters doing that, how are you gonna make that call? We don't know what we have. I need to see a little something. We'll think I'll come with something. All right. Anyway, fam, have a great night. Hit that, please subscribe, please. I love when people subscribe so we can find you when it's time to party. And we need reinforcements to handle the trolling going on. The population's picking up with Hawks and Rams fans. We're not intimidated by those people. They're below us. It's like Trey came over to Twitter the other day. No, we're not going to be arguing with people under 500. Trey, that was spot on target. I calmed down for about an hour after you said that. Hit like, fam, and thanks for the contributions. I'll see you Sunday. Feliz Cinco de Mayo.